The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, once again, no Cuphead, but we're going to talk about our top most difficult games that we've played, that we've completed, so on and so forth, so stay tuned for that.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast that plays a lot of games, doesn't get a lot of games finished. I am your host, Caleb Schweiss.
Caleb Craig. And Cameron.
And if you couldn't tell from the intro, we haven't finished Cuphead yet as a unit. Cameron's been streaming it. It's rough. Go hang out with him, support him, give him your biddies. Make him happy.
I need those biddies.
Yeah. Get your subs, man.
Tickle biddies.
Get your subs.
But now that I have a decent streaming setup, we're going to have to start planning airtime out.
Yeah, we should have a stream schedule. We should try to do that. It'll be easier when I have a real schedule at work. But
when you become a real boy?
Yeah, when I become a real boy. I'm number 2 now. Number 2, boys. Yeah. Yeah, number 2.
How many did you have to bury to get there?
Too many. Well, not enough, actually. There's probably plenty that I would still like to see in the ground.
Why am I so alive while you lay still in the ground beneath me?
You know, I saw a ranking of Slayer songs, and that was almost at the bottom of their ranking.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, really?
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I was like, is that really worse than some of the shit on the first album? Like, this is one of those guys that likes Dark Souls 1 more than, like, 3. Out of principle, because they're like, well, you know, you do too, though, don't you, Cameron?
Yeah, I do like
Fuck you.
I just like it more. I don't know.
Fuck you, you're wrong. I mean, Bloodborne's better than all of them, so it doesn't matter, but
I don't fit into your analogy there, because you're likening the guy who made that ranking to someone who likes Dark Souls 1 more.
Cameron's the one-off, I guess. Or maybe that guy is the one-off. He did have Angel of Death as the best one, and I was like, I can respect that. But number 2 was, I think, Rain and Blood was like top 5, and I was like, okay, what's this guy going to do as number 1? Because I didn't look through the whole list, because I was already like, fuck this. Let's see how wrong this Watch Mojo motherfucker. He wasn't actually Watch
Mojo.
It wasn't Watch Mojo, but that's what I akin anyone that has a retarded ranking to is Watch Mojo. They're like,
I was gonna say, like, Watch Mojo is like consistently horrible.
yeah, well, they get the top ones kind of okay. Like, it's like, oh, these are 10 pretty good movies. And then the number 1, I'm like, what? Over number 2? Like, come on. Fucking get out of here. Get the fuck out of here, Watch Mojo. And it's like oh my God, they put Godfather at number 2. What's going to be number 1? And then it's some bullshit like, oh, it's Beauty and the Beast. And I'm like, no, come on. Come on. You had me at saying the greatest was number 2, and then you fucked it up by putting something that's not as great as fucking number 1. That's what Watch Mojo does. They play with your balls, and then they hold your dick until the cum goes back.
You know what?
So we bring it back around to that. They don't let you...
You just don't watch Mojo.
No.
Just don't give them your view.
We should do a top 5 Watch Mojo videos.
Top 5 Watch Mojo videos that pissed us off.
Yeah.
It's just the top... It's just the first
number
5
1
we
will
saw.
piss you off more than number 2.
Exactly.
It's just the fucking first 5 we watched.
Yeah, it's like, wrong. Number 2 is way worse than number 1.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Yeah. We should stream that episode and actually get to a fist fight over it.
Yeah.
You willing to take one for the team?
Yeah, man, why not?
Good.
So, yeah, we didn't finish Cuphead. We're working on it. I think we're gonna... I think the plan is right now, next week, we're actually going to move to Mortal Kombat 11, and we're going to have Cuphead as like a back burner game that
So we need to have
is being played
a
but
new
not completed.
a new category, kind of a dark place for dark games, and just call it the Hog's Taint.
Yeah.
Hog's taint.
Taint o the Swine or something like that, where it's just a bitch game, just a bitch of a game. And
Is it a bitch of a game, or are you a bitch because you couldn't beat it?
I beat it.
Does
Fuck
he
you.
look like a bitch to you?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Does he look like a bitch?
That's a great movie too, by the way.
Did it make the top 5?
I think it did, yeah, or top 10 maybe.
Fuck!
I don't know. It's so good. Unlike,
It's too bad Star Trek is going to be his last movie.
yeah, I don't know why he would do that. It's not, unless he's writing it too. It's not. It doesn't really count.
I think he might be.
Oh, if he's writing it, then yeah, it's fine. That's a weird last movie. Though.
How is that going to fit his style?
I don't know.
Like, he has a very personal, very to him way of
Maybe he
Directing.
really likes Star Trek.
in writing.
Yeah.
And
It's just basically going to be a Star Trek movie where they say fuck a lot.
Samuel Jackson's going to be in it too somewhere. That's going to make me so happy. Samuel Jackson in space and not being fucking Jedi.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait for that Picard movie.
Can't you though?
No, I can't.
Can't you? Because
No.
he had like years and years of Picard as the main guy.
I know. And
But
that's,
he's one of
that's
the
the
best.
best. That's the best Star Trek. Anyone can fight me on that.
I agree.
Picard is the best captain, and that is
Shatner
the best
is-
fucking show.
You don't see any of the others getting a comeback.
That's true. Shatner just does travel fucking websites.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they had a bunch of movies. They had like Wrath of Khan and
Yeah, but
those
how
other
soon
ones.
after, though?
Only a few years. They actually
Yeah.
they directed it.
That was all
themselves.
probably planned out. This is like a revival of getting Patrick Stewart back on screen.
Is he in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's the main
I just saw an
character.
old man that was bald.
Basically, it.
And I
the
just figured it
the
was-
feel I'm getting. Have you guys seen Logan?
yeah, I
Yeah.
figured it was.
the
old
feel I'm
man.
getting is Logan.
Old
Like just
man
it's just
Stewart.
Logan, but it's Star
Logan
Trek.
in space.
But it's gonna have Data and 5/7 in it.
I know. I was like, what? 7 of 9 and freaking. Yeah.
Yeah, I only saw the picture of it, and it was not zoomed in, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's that one guy that pretends to be Patrick Stewart all the time.
Also, since this
McAvoy.
is a nerdy podcast that reviews trailers of upcoming fantasy shows, what do you guys feel about the Witcher trailer?
I didn't actually watch
I
the
was-
I sent
trailer.
it to the fucking group for you to watch, and you couldn't do that.
I
one
watched it
fucking
with
thing.
Alex.
No,
How dare you? How
I've-
dare you
I've
sit at this
seen-
table?
I've seen the fucking pictures, Cam.
Just watch. No, I want you to watch the trailer so
Dude,
bad.
the
I want to watch
fucking-
it right now.
Do you like it?
costume-
Do you like the trailer?
I don't know. I'm on the fence, so I don't know.
Alex said she'll watch
I
it
need
with
you
me.
to watch the fucking trailer.
I need your
So
opinion
I'm
so I
only-
can formulate my own.
I'm kind of
Would
like
it really be formulating
No,
your
no,
own
I
if
already-
you're drawing from us?
No, I'm on the fence about it. I am hopeful it'll be a good show, but I'm not getting.
Dude, some of those
too excited about
costumes
it.
look fucking
I think they
stupid.
fixed it because there was a brief flash of Nilfgaardians,
and
in
they
the
look
background,
like Nilfgaardians.
and they
yeah.
look like Nilfgaardians.
Okay,
Maybe it was
That
just some sort of
like,
fucking prank to release
that
that.
fucking crumply armor shit that they had
Yeah.
going on was
That's
fucking
like it's
stupid.
like maybe they made a costume change ridiculously fast and had to reshoot scenes, or maybe that just was a fucking prank.
Yeah.
Or they just really just to get people to be interested in the show.
It's such an interesting world because like Nilfgaard is viewed as like the super evil thing, but really
Yeah.
they're just kind of Rome. They're
Yeah.
just taking these places over and making them better. And then there's that one side quest with the bald
Are
guy,
they?
and if you assassinate him,
I kind of felt like, are they Rome? So is that kind of the what I felt?
They're more like
kind
Spain.
of a French feeling from
Nah,
them.
they're
Spanish?
old world Spain.
Are they?
it's not
100%.
bad necessarily because like there's that
Dude,
quest.
Spain
with
was
the-
like the most powerful country in the world at one time.
Yeah.
and that's like that's the feel I'm getting is like
Yeah.
old world Spain.
Well, like you remember the bald guy that's on his boat that you can assassinate or not assassinate. Like if
Maybe.
you leave him alive, like yeah, they keep their kingdom, but he
And
shits
then
it.
and
He
then what
turns
is
it into shit.
Toussaint in Blood and Wine?
That's probably
that one. That
probably
one's
like Italy
more
or
of a France.
France or
place.
Got your vineyards. I mean, Italy,
Yeah,
France.
it's like a
Golden
weird.
Age,
It feels like a weird mix.
Medieval not medieval. What is it? Fucking Mediterranean climate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was Italy? They were the ones that were. One of them was like Axis during World War II.
Italy.
Yeah, and I always look at it and I'm like, why? The fuck?
And so maybe I can see that fitting, that being Spain, and then,
Yeah.
and then
It's one of the few games that has that kind of feel to it. It's almost like Final Fantasy 12, where there's like this big empire coming in, and they're kind of the bad guys, but it's like, I mean,
but then
we're better off.
But then Tucson's
fucked.
also the land of all those mythical heroes and stuff like that. It's the land of like Sir Arthur and the fighting of the trolls and stuff like that, and ancient chivalry. That's that
Well,
also
I mean, there's
exemplifies.
a lot of mix. I feel in
Yeah.
where they draw inspiration, because Skellige is 100% like.
Scotland
Oh yeah. So.
Yeah, obviously.
or Vikings.
Well, yeah, that's the other mix. Is like it's like Scotland and Sweden and stuff like that. Just old world.
Yeah, that was a cool. God
But
damn, that game
inside
is good.
the
man.
fucking lore of, actually, yeah, no, in the lore of the Witcher series, our world exists, and it might not be the same layout of the other world. It's parallel, not in the
Yeah,
past
because they
or-
play around with parallel universes and that.
There's a part in the Witcher books where Ciri says she comes to our world
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for it. I was like, oh yeah, that looks cool. I guess I'll watch it because we're gonna start doing more TV shows.
I mean, Henry Cavill's probably a more handsome person than Geralt should be. Very, very strong jaw.
I just need.
It's hard to not see Superman's jaw. But
It's not rugged enough.
it's a young Geralt. He wasn't rugged when he started out. You
Yeah,
become
Yeah, but,
rugged
like,
from use and
Okay,
wear.
but
you don't come out all leathery. It's not fucking.
in the Witcher books though, he like starts out pretty old already. Like
Yeah, in the
you have-
series, they're probably doing it. I mean, this is before Yennefer's Yennefer. You
that
see,
doesn't
like,
make any
if
sense.
you look at the trailer, you see Yennefer becoming Yennefer.
How? He wasn't around when that happened. She's way older than him. By
don't
like
know.
200 years.
That's what they do. She becomes Yennefer. Maybe it happens before you get to the Geralt part, like super early on, but maybe they're just taking their own artistic swing at it, which they do have leeway to do.
I know, but
it shows ugly Yennefer, and then I still have to form opinion on it, but Yennefer as she's coming into power.
I don't like that. I don't like that. The idea of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care. I don't.
But
I'm not
it
as
is
into it as you
strong
guys.
in the lore of the Witcher series that most wizards and not wizards, but most female sorceresses were not very good looking beforehand, and they can just make themselves look extremely good looking.
Yeah, that's like an old witch thing
Yeah,
that they pulled from. I think that's a really cool
Yeah.
element to the series.
yeah. So that's
to 3 at least. That's the only one I played. But we have PCs good enough to play the other 2, Cameron.
Yeah,
Very easily.
Well, my laptop can play the first one. So.
Yeah.
and I want to play the third one. Like I was staring at that buy button. It's 50.
Yeah,
it's the full $60
That
to
big
get it.
dick $60 price tag. I was like, Cameron, I don't know if you should do that.
But
It's gonna
think of
look really
think of
good.
the mods I can run on it.
I just
I
saw.
mean, I own like 4 copies of Skyrim. It's just like out of the realm of possibility of what I've done.
Do you really have 4 copies of that?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Did you buy it on the Switch?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I
come
bought
on.
one on the PC, one for the Xbox, one for the PlayStation. Then I can't remember. For my smart fridge.
Yeah,
For your
yeah.
smart fridge. Oh, I just see. I bought it for PC, for PS3, and for PS4. So, and I bought it for Schweiss.
Yeah, so he bought it
So
4 times.
I bought it 4 times.
Did you play through it on each one except for mine?
Yeah.
I think all the fun that I had modding Skyrim, just think of all that fun I'll have modding The Witcher.
I just read an article just like yesterday that was talking about how they came out with a new Witcher 3 mod on PC that makes it look like amazing.
Yeah, I was looking at that too.
I was like, fuck.
That game looks so good anyway, especially when you get to like the fucking DLC areas. Fucking dude, Tucson is so
just
fucking colorful
Tucson,
and shit.
just fucking crank that god ray. Fucking just crank it.
Man, especially
Just
and then when you go to
bathe in
the
the
fairy
god
tale
rays.
land, oh man, that place was colorful as shit.
Think of what it would look like on a 4K monitor.
No, my eyes would bleed.
Yeah.
You got to play them DLC, Schweiss. They were so good.
The fucking Witcher 3 is a beautiful game.
How much time did you guys put into that thing?
I think my save time at the end of doing both DLCs was over 100 hours.
Jesus. Yeah, because the thing at the end of the year told you, huh? And that's the only PlayStation needs the fucking how long you've played certain games so badly. Isn't that total bullshit that it doesn't have it? Like, the only thing we get is the top 3 at the end of the year for the previous year. Like, the Switch has it, for God's sake. Like, each console has
it really.
Yeah, it kind of
it's like,
has it.
you might have played it for this long.
Yeah, it's a rough estimate, and then it's like, oh yeah, you played it for this long.
40
And it's
hours
like,
or more, and I'm like, is this 40 to 50? Am I at 49, 59? Like, what have I fucking played? I don't know why.
Steam is the one that has the most accurate.
Xbox has it too. Xbox is right on. Yeah, you can look at your Xbox Live. You can log in on your phone, and it'll tell you how long you played each game. I don't know why
I haven't
PlayStation
seen
can't
that on
fucking
my
do this.
Xbox.
I don't know why they can't just fucking tell me how long I played these goddamn games. I need it, man. I need to know where my fucking time is going. And, like, all the games at the end of last year that I played, none of them fucking have it. God of War doesn't have it. Witcher 3 doesn't have it. And fucking Red Dead 2 doesn't have it. Those are the 3 that were the longest for the year.
Are you sure Witcher 3 doesn't have it? Because I'm pretty sure there's a place where you can check your stats.
I don't think it
In the
has
menu.
time. It doesn't tell you how long you played. Yeah, it's fucking... I don't know why they do that.
Skyrim does. Skyrim has
yeah.
like a shitload of stats that you can look at.
Skyrim tells you how many days you've slept in the game, like how many hours.
Skyrim tells you how many times you've wanked it.
Yeah,
Skyrim tells you how many
fucking
rabbits you
hills.
killed.
Yeah, it tells you everything. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. The Witcher looks cool. I'll watch it for the show. We still need to watch Castlevania Season 2.
Yeah, Castlevania Season 2, and there's quite a few other video game shows.
Yeah.
I've already watched Season 2, but I'm ready to watch it again.
Season 3 is coming soon.
That's what we did last time when Season 2
And
came out.
I
we
think
did
that
Season 1.
that Devil May Cry anime that guy is making is coming soon, too.
I'll give it a watch, but I don't know.
You don't know? You weren't a big fan of
It's
DMC5.
it's by the
huh?
same guy who's doing Castlevania.
Yeah, but it's Devil May Cry.
So
It's not as cool.
you didn't think you'd like Castlevania, and then you loved it.
I didn't have any one way or the other about Castlevania. I wasn't, but the same way with fucking Devil May Cry. But after playing, I'm like,
I mean, they have like nothing but the ability to make story for Devil May Cry, because there's no story for that series at
Yeah.
all.
they'll
Like,
probably
you
just
have,
go.
You have general background for everything, but there's no like arcing story. There's no nothing in that game. You can
No
make,
nothing?
You can make whatever you wanted for that show.
I mean, the same was kind of true for Castlevania.
No, that one kind of has a story.
I mean, so does Devil May Cry. Kind of has a story.
Not really.
Anyways,
Yeah. Anyway, what have you guys been up to this week? Craig, what have you been playing?
Nothing but Cuphead, and that's it. I think I got on Horizon Chase Turbo, did like a couple races, but that's it. Oh wait, we played a little bit of For Honor last Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
doesn't even fucking count.
That didn't really work out very well.
Well, we didn't find a match. That was that irks me, because it said that there was a lot of
It was
activity.
probably trying to match him to someone, and it couldn't.
Well, we're not exactly that high a level. I've only prestiged
Yeah, but
one time.
he was less than 0. He didn't even complete the tutorial.
Yeah. I was level 1, wasn't I?
No, I think you start out at, like, maybe, I don't know.
I got some XP.
Yeah, but
We played
that was
Rocket
true.
League too.
Oh,
After
yeah, that's
that.
right.
I
We did play some
getting
Rocket
into
League.
Rocket League. I was never good at it, but I was definitely better than I am now.
Yeah, I still think it's a really fun game to play.
Yeah.
I still kind of want to try playing that with the with like a wheel and and the pedals, like the full setup.
Can you fucking imagine Rocket League?
I can't imagine that game would be so fucking weird.
Yeah, that would be an odd one.
Fuck. I thought this would happen.
What?
Well, yeah, fuck. So I ordered a few things on Amazon to finish up my setup, and I'm like, oh, so it says it'll deliver on Sunday by 9. I'm like, but I live right fucking next to the fucking post office. I'm like, it's gonna be just my luck. They're gonna drop all the fucking expensive stuff off at my fucking door, and we're just gonna be starting the episode, and it's just gonna sit out there all day, just waiting and begging for someone to come take it from me.
Doesn't your roommate live in the same complex?
Yeah.
Your old roommate? You could ask him to go grab it for you.
Okay, let me do that.
Just be like, hey, I don't want my shit
that's
stolen.
good,
It's
yeah.
really expensive.
Until he walks up and steals it, and someone thinks he's stealing it.
Yeah, exactly. He gets beaten down for like, hey, what are you doing? Cool, Craig. What about you, Cameron? What have you been doing this week?
So lots of fucking Cuphead. Fuck that game. I hate it so much. I also just this past week built my PC. And it's fucking, it's so good, dude. So I set up my room, had Caleb. So I set up my PC, I decided to try it out for a little bit, played a little bit of Star Wars Battlefront 2 on ultra graphic settings, and it was still
the new one or the old one?
No, the new one.
New one, yeah.
And then it looks, oh man, the frame rate, beautiful.
I bought that game for $5 on PS4.
I'm paying for the Origin subscription service right now just because I wanted to give it a go. $4 a month. And so I'm going to probably play it for a couple months before I get bored
They
of
have
it.
that on Xbox. They have that EA service thing, so you can play all the EA games for like $4 a month.
Yeah. So I'm going to see if I want to keep paying for that. I might not. But played that just to it's so beautiful. And then had Schweiss come over, help me set up the streaming equipment. I then rearranged my whole fucking room after he left, and so everything's pointing the other way because I felt that would offer a better backdrop for the webcam than my fucking bed. And then, I don't know, like, people sometimes put tape or anything over their webcam on their laptops. The idea of a webcam pointing at me in my sleep just wasn't appealing.
Yeah.
So I rearranged everything.
Didn't want them FBI agents spying on you.
Schweiss gotta play some of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 on ultra graphics.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still don't like the physics of the game, so I don't really like the game, but it looks great.
But yeah, that's pretty much Cuphead and that. So
Nice.
Rocket League and For Honor.
and the Rocket League for Honor. I forget the games we play on Saturday.
Yeah. All right. So I played some Cuphead, and by some I really mean a lot, because it was brutal and disgusting and evil. So I played a ton of that, like just so many hours thrown into Cuphead. I also played quite a bit of Final Fantasy: The Four Heroes of Light. I need to finish that up in the next 7 to 10 days, because I said we would have the next game review for Ultima before the end of July, and I'm running out of time for that. So I'm going to be plowing through that. And I played a little bit of Horizon Chase Turbo.
How you liking that?
It's fun. I think it's like a nice, I don't know, call back to those old racing sim games. like Crash Team Racing, stuff like that. No power-ups to knock people out of the way.
I forgot I gave Jacob my spare key just in case I lost mine. And so he just put the package inside for me.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, so there's that.
There you go. What did you order? What was it?
So I had a better chair coming because the cheap chair I bought from Walmart, it's comfortable enough. It doesn't quite go up high enough to really give me a good angle for my arms. I want to be at a nice, soft 90-degree angle. But the other thing that's really bad about this chair is you sit in it for more than an hour and you just fucking have swamp ass. Just sweat up and down your crack and your back. It's just doesn't breathe very well. So I got a chair that has some more breathability, a little more ergonomic. I didn't get a gaming chair because, let's be fucking honest, gaming chairs are a scam. I got a nice office chair because offices, people sit there for 8 hours a day. Of course, nice office chairs are going to be the most comfortable. What's up with this fucking stupid gaming chair thing? It's a fucking scam to put a fucking logo on your chair that's not even that comfortable, not worth $300 or plus dollars. Get a nice office chair, and your fucking body.
I think people
will
only
thank
buy
you.
their gaming chairs because they look cool.
Exactly, it's a scam. It's just to get people to think, it's like RGB but for your chair.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is. So gaming chairs are stupid. Just get a nice ergonomic, comfortable office chair. But then I also got a better mouse because I just have a stupid cheap mouse, and then I also got the Taurus Razer gamepad keypad.
That thing is nice, isn't it?
Isn't that what you have? That, don't you, Craig?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try that out.
Dude, the Tartarus is so good.
Tartarus?
Yeah.
I thought it was the Taurus.
I think
Taurus is the
Tartarus,
thing,
yeah.
but I don't know what Tartarus is.
That's the keypad.
I know
thing.
it's the keypad, but I thought it meant something like they were using. Never mind.
Well,
That's what I got.
Tartarus is.
It's like hell. in
Yeah,
Greek
it's like
mythology.
it's a place. It's a place where bad Camerons go when they don't beat Cuphead.
That thing is so nice for MMOs and for shooters, dude.
Yeah.
Cam doesn't beat Cuphead.
yeah. All right, so we know what
You
everyone's.
get one of those mice that have the buttons on the side.
I got the Razer, the Razer Basilisk, so it does have a few buttons on the side. But the main reason I got that is because I palmed it once at Best Buy, and I'm a palmer. I'm not a claw. I have the palm grip and not the claw grip, and that just fits that palm so well.
Yeah. Mine's pretty cool, too.
Because I tried some of the other ones that they had, the Mamba or whatever, Death Adder, and they're too small for my hand. So
I could do 24 button layouts on the sides if I want, because I have this third little clicker on the side, and that activates
24 buttons that you can identify at a touch.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, that's why it sucks.
Yeah.
I don't really use it. I did for League for a while, but then I kept fucking up because I pressed the wrong one, and I'm like,
Mine only had the 6, so
let's
it was
not-
easy.
Let's not worry about this. So we know what everyone's been playing, but the only question that really matters, has anyone beaten a game this week? Craig.
Yes.
All right, Cameron.
I beat Star Wars Battlefront 2 on accident.
On accident. You
Yeah.
played through the story mode?
Yeah.
Been meaning
Yeah,
to play
I watched him play the end mission, and it felt like a midpoint mission. He's just playing.
It's like later I'm like, because I skipped all
long
the
is the
I skipped all the
campaign?
cutscenes. Not long at all. It's like let's look it up. So like I pulled up the mission I was on just to show him, and that was the last fucking mission. But I skipped all the cutscenes because I wanted to get out of it because watching someone play, someone in the same room play a game is kind of boring. So I wanted him to try it out.
It says 6 hours on how long to beat.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he had me play it, and then he was like, "Man, this mission's kind of tough." And then he finishes the mission, and then he leaves. We take off, or I leave,
Yeah.
and I guess that was it.
Yeah, and then I come back later and look at it. I'm like, that was what? Because I wanted to finish it, and I go in and I do that last mission again, but this time it's much better. It's easier for me because I already played it through once, and I was playing a little more, pulled back so I don't get too far forward and die instantly. And I beat it, and I actually watched last cutscene this time, and yeah, it was the fucking end of the campaign.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. You were like mind fucking someone as Kylo Ren, and then like it ended. I was like, that's not an ending. That's bullshit.
But the cut scene gave it the ending. But there was no credits though, because at the very end of the cutscene it says you have finished the story, but Iden Verso's story continues in the multiplayer.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
We beat the first one too. I mean, what we could beat, those little missions. We beat the shit out of some of those. We almost got like all of those done.
Yeah.
But it was just too fucking hard on like Ultimate to finish that bullshit.
Did it get that last star?
I've been tempted to play that campaign for that second game, but I didn't want to download it.
I enjoyed it for the first half.
It's like 95 gigs to download that fucking game.
Enjoyed it for the first half, the dark side path, but then when she started turning to the light, stopped enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bitch.
Just the change was just so abrupt. It was just... The story wouldn't get very high marks, in my opinion, for it. Just because it was supposed to be a character arc where she slowly comes to realize she was on the bad side. But it was just a fucking... She was on the bad side, split decision. I don't like this anymore.
So it's She-Ra?
Cameron's like, I
don't know what that is.
I'm hetero, bro. I don't know what She-Ra. No, sweet. Well, you got one game. That was your bonus game.
That was like the very beginning of She-Ra, by the way. It's like she realizes she's fighting for the bad side, so she becomes a good guy.
That and The Surge. Those are the two bonus games for Cameron this year. I did complete a
Still
game.
need to finish the Surge.
I knocked out
Dude,
Cuphead.
the fucking Surge.
The Surge 2 is coming soon.
I know. I almost bought the Surge on the PC.
Yeah,
Wait,
it
you
probably
wanna
looks
mod
really
that one
good.
too?
I know, because it probably looked fantastic. I mean, not everyone likes the Surge as much as I do, but something about that game just it tickled the same areas that Dark Souls tickled. It's easier than Dark Souls, but it just has that little special something, little special X factor.
I like that you can aim at the body parts.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a really cool aspect.
Got that special sauce.
yeah, just a little special something that makes the game little good to me. Just love it.
Yeah, needs more sauce. I beat Cuphead.
Nice.
Yep, it's over. It's done. Not gonna. I did play it again because I was like watching Cameron do the dragon, and I was like, let me try doing the dragon with his setup. Couldn't do it. I did get to the very end, very, very, very end once, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to play this anymore. Because I already put my time in. I put 40 plus hours into this game, and I think I'm good for quite some time. And the thought of expert makes my asshole clench so tight I could like crimp off a fucking iron bar.
Have you started it on Expert?
Fuck no, I haven't started on an expert. I played the first mission again to get the achievement for not taking any damage, and then I turned it off. I didn't even charge the Switch. I just soft turned it off and let it die. Let it die like the little bitch it is with its 30-minute battery life. Fucking Cuphead, man. Whew. It was rough. And speaking of rough, that's what we're going to talk about today. But Craig, we have another question for Nude Clan.
We do.
Let's
have a question
answer
for
that.
Nude
Let's see what we
Clan.
got.
And fucking Twitter pulls it away from me. That's nice.
Yeah, Twitter. The way Twitter sorts stuff is really annoying.
Well, I had it on the question, but then like if you leave it and then your phone turns off for some reason, it just like goes back to the main page, and I don't know why it does that.
Well, I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
It's really fucking irritating that it can't just stay where I wanted it to be. All right, so this question is from Chase Saraslani. He says, can you think of any other series that will have a community like Pokemon where they will hack the ROMs in order to make new games? I know the Doom community does that all the time, where they basically just make a whole bunch of new Doom levels.
Yeah, well, the Doom creator can't stop doing that himself, so he's obsessed with it. So, like, a big community that does a lot of custom stuff.
Yeah, where they will hack the game in order to basically make new games. Because they do that with Pokemon all the time, where they'll, like, make a bunch of new sprites and stuff, make new Pokemon. They had stuff like Pokemon Uranium and a whole bunch of other versions that people have made just because they want more Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see it happening. I know they do it with Doom. Stuff like that kind of begs for it. I don't know, though. What other game? I mean, Witcher, people mod the hell out of. Like, anything on Steam gets modded like crazy. It's not really hacked, though, because the mods are welcome. You know, you can do whatever you want. I mean, you are breaking into the code and altering the game in one way or another, but...
Yeah, but I mean, to make a new game. I know the Skyrim community does it. They're like trying to put Morrowind in Skyrim.
Yeah, stuff like that's really cool. And that would be awesome if eventually Bethesda kind of decided that they're going to release the ultimate game that has the entire world and you could do all of it. That would be fucking nuts.
I want Pokemon to do that.
Do you, though?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Greg, that's too much.
It's not enough. We got a taste of it in fucking like 97 with fucking Gold and Silver.
Did we, though?
Yeah, we did.
I don't know. Yeah, those are like the same games, though.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Same
so it's
game.
dumb. So if you'd have duplicates or triplets of the same exact game over and over and over, and then you'd get to the next game, and then it would have its same game next with different starters, and then you would get to the next game, and then it would have fucking different starters, same game.
Still want it.
Dude, I don't know what... God damn it, dude. There's so much time for those Pokemon games. So much time.
Not really. I mean, if you get a team you like, then you can just plow.
I don't know. Final Fantasy I could see doing some stuff, but mostly it's like retranslation projects and stuff like that, and a lot of it gets shut down, like fan translations and the like.
I don't know why they do that. It's so dumb.
Oh, they eventually release the games themselves, so I think that's probably why they do it. Any big MMO thing does that. I know there's a lot of custom maps in Neverwinter Nights, where you can make your own dungeons and shit like that. So like there's play like that, stuff that goes on.
Neverwinter Nights. It sounds like someone needs to make a fantasy song titled Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah.
It probably is.
Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah.
To be like a Journey song.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see Journey doing something. I don't know. I think
Dragon Force.
I think the Elder Scrolls and the Fallout community are probably... I could see them doing a lot of that kind of stuff. Especially with like the online games where you can do a lot of stuff by yourself. I don't know what series would get really into hacking. I mean, Dark Souls I could see people trying to do. Make their own bosses and shit like that.
Oh, that would be disgusting.
Yeah, and people just like try to one-up each other with how difficult the patterns are to get down and like how bullshit the game is. I could see that one doing well with a lot of fan stuff.
Here, now fight the Nameless King and the final boss at the same time.
Yeah. So I could see that working out and being super brutal. But it'd be a lot of fun playing that like with two different people. One of you focuses Nameless King, one of you focuses the final boss. Like, I don't know. I could see that community doing that just because they're assholes that are used to asshole games. So it would work out. So cool. Let's talk about difficult games. Okay, so before we do this, though, there's one thing I wanted to bring up. So I don't know why this is becoming a thing. I read some bullshit article from some woman who was writing about men's boxer briefs. It was saying that there's no reason for the little flap in the front.
What?
Yeah, and their thing...
Should not know that has a purpose?
That's you like put your dick through it and you piss out of it, right?
Yeah.
It's because we could stand... Is this the same... I feel like this is the same vein of the one person who came and smashed urinals in the men's bathroom just because they were a testament to their manhood or the oppression of men because they pee standing up sometimes.
How is it oppressive?
I mean,
awesome.
It's
It's freeing. We don't have these vag flaps that just catch the pee and spread it all over our legs. The only time we have problems is if we got done pounding a vag.
Anyways, I feel like it's in the same vein as that. The whole reason that flap exists is the same reason that urinals exist.
Does she
Exactly.
not know that is also in like every men's underwear? Like,
But it's not.
just boxers.
It's not.
It
They're
is,
making
though.
boxers now that don't have the little thing, and I'm wearing a pair right now.
Why?
I didn't know they didn't have it. But here's the thing. Even Joe was like, I don't use that. I just whip it all out. I'm like, when I do that, I have my balls and cock resting on the top of my jeans. Like
Joe's the same kind of guy who'd fucking just, do the toddler stance at the urinal.
What is Joe just like
fucking
pulling a
drop
butters?
trousers all the way down.
I guess, but like, yeah, like I
Holds
read this
his pants
article.
all the way down, holds his shirt up, and it's just
Yeah.
like...
I read an article that was talking about how that's going to be phased out of clothing because no one uses it. And they're like, and no one's
What?
dick is small enough to fit through their hole. And I'm like, I grab my pair and I put my whole fist through it. I'm like, oh, is your dick bigger than my fat arm? I don't think so. So go fuck yourself. Like, that's what it's for. That's why we have the little zipper in the front. There's no other reason. There are pants that chicks wear that don't have the zipper. You know why? Because they don't have dicks. That's for your dick to go out of. And the underwear beneath needs to have the little fucking slot for your dick as well, or else there's no dick. There's no dick that comes out. You know what I have to do now? I pull the zipper down because I'm programmed to whip my dick through the little hole to like slither that fucker through the boxers. So I unzip my pants, and then I have to like reach in, pull my boxers below my ball sack, and then have them like just straddling my balls. And the problem with that is it like cuts off the stream a little, so there's always a little bit of like dribble left over, and I have to pull the boxers down with one hand and grab my dick with the other and shake the fucking remnants off that otherwise would have been gone. It's absurd.
I looked up
What-
men's
what-
boxers on Google for news, and the top result was they're putting pockets on boxers. And so I'm like, okay, that's irrelevant.
See, that's going.
What's that one movie where Ben Stiller
That's
gets
moving forward.
his balls stuck in the zipper?
I have no idea.
I can't remember which one. Is that Meet the Parents? Is that what?
I have done
Anyway,
that, though.
anyway,
It's not good.
yeah, it's like, how did they think that came about? Like, it wasn't just because he like was fondling his balls through the zipper. He was like peeing. He had to
Yeah.
pull his dick out the fucking pants.
Yeah, your dick can fit through the little dick hole. That's why they make the dick hole.
Like, where'd you find this? Like, I'm not seeing any hits for this story. at all.
It was a lot. It was like a while back, and I was like, "That's ridiculous. That'll never happen." And now I'm wearing boxers from Puma that don't have a little dick thing. And it's funny because they have like there's like extra padding there, but that's it. There's no slot. It looks like there should be a slot.
You wearing them padded underwear to give yourself a little extra something?
A little
something?
rise, yeah, I guess. It's like there's like a second layer of the super thin underwear material over the dick, and I'm like, that looks like it's aesthetically the same. There's just no slot for your dick to come out of. Like, how fucking stupid is that? Who the fuck doesn't piss there? Like, who wants their ball sack and cock rested there? It's like jeans, my balls, and then my dick resting on my balls, and I'm pissing off my balls. That's not normal. That's not right. All right? You don't piss off your own balls. It's so strange. And like my balls, everything's out now. Like before when I was at work and I peed, my little dick, the dick's head was out and that was it. Now my balls are resting on top of my fucking pants and my dick's out on top of my balls. So
So
it's
you
like,
telling me that you don't pull your balls through that little hole too when you're peeing?
I don't, no.
You just don't give them a little fucking quick air out.
You could, but I can't now. I mean, I guess I have to now. Maybe that's why they want you to air your balls out. They're like, we'll force you to air your balls out.
It doesn't pitch the hose anymore too when you do it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it does pinch it a little.
It scrunches the back behind the balls instead of on the dick itself.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to pull the whole sack.
Dude, it's so fucking dumb though. I don't understand what the fuck is up with people and like the idea that that's not for your dick. It's like the most bro thing
So,
ever. It's like, oh, mine doesn't fit through the 6-inch wide fucking dick hole in my underwear. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy. You know what? Just drop your pants all the way and pee out the fucking bottom of the leg since it's probably hanging down there anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, it's not
just
even a
like
problem for you.
pull the pant leg away from your leg a little and just stream that fucker down.
That's if you're too bro to fit through that fucking wide ass hole in the center of our underwear.
Yeah, I'm glad that we all pee through the pee hole here.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, like, you know what? Alex's pants.
It's so I can go to the urinal, unzip my pants, and pee without having to unbuckle my belt.
And I have to now. I have to take the belt off. And I'm like, God, what is this, the fucking TSA? Like, Jesus Christ. And things need to stop making me take my belt off. My boxers should not be one of the things that make me take my belt off.
Did you just try unzipping your pants and just through your zipper and pulling it down?
It's tough. Because they're kind of tight. They're like a little small on me. So I've like I gotta like wrench them down and then pull the balls out. It's tough.
Maybe it's maybe people just want you to do more power moves where you just like basically pull a butters. They just want you to pull a butters.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. It's insanity though, and I can do it.
They just want you to go to the stall right next to some guy who's already peeing and just
I just practice in the next age of our boxer trend. I just practice and I can do it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I can through the zipper hole pull my boxers down far enough just to get it out.
I'm glad you experimented with that.
I had to try.
Yeah.
It's right in front of us.
I think the problem is also that I bought boxers that are a little tight, so it's harder to pull them off of me.
Just because you guys are a little embarrassed doesn't mean I am.
Because I've gotten fat, so like it's tight. It's not cool. But I don't like it, though. I don't like how there's, like, extra padding, and it looks like... It's like they want to play around. They like the aesthetic of the P-flap, but then they don't want the P-flap. It's like, just get rid of it, then. Just make it one unit. Like, what the fuck is the problem? So that I know when I'm buying these boxers whether or not they have the P-flap.
No. What I fucking want to see now.
It's a shit flap?
Just some chaps. But I fucking want to... I want to see some boxer briefs with a zipper on front for me to unzip. Yeah. Just a big zipper for the pants and a little zipper on the inside.
Yeah.
Then in a few years, nobody even uses the zipper.
Yeah. I don't understand.
What was her main argument?
What is it on?
I still failed to understand.
The main
Did
argument,
she understand? Did she not understand what it was for?
Did you find this on Twitter or something?
Did you just not understand what it was for?
I think it was Twitter, and it was like, I can't remember who was writing it. It was on a website, obviously.
Was it Polygon?
Yeah, no, wouldn't be, if it was Polygon, I would have remembered. I'm surprised it wasn't, to be honest. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, the main argument was that no one can fit through the hole. And I'm like,
I can fit through the hole.
Yeah, I can fit through the hole just fine. Like,
I fit through the hole. A little shame in your voice.
Yeah.
Cam can't fit through the hole. Cam has no need at the pee hole.
Yeah.
I can fit my fist through a pee hole, and my fist is probably bigger than Schweiss's fist.
You think so?
But it's not bigger than your cock.
Oh yeah, your fist is way bigger than my fist. Jesus.
So, I think they were obfuscating and making a issue that wasn't really issue. What'd they do? Find like were they fucking trying to fit their pee hole through fucking toddler-sized boxer briefs? Do toddlers even have boxer briefs?
They do.
They tried
they have the pee hole.
No. See, they grabbed one of those whole can things, and they were trying to like, okay, let's see if this fits. Nope. Okay, well, I guess nobody uses it.
I mean, there is a little bit of a cinch, like he was talking about, but if you just open the hole a little wider when you go to shake, all problem solved.
I have boxers that have like a little button that you can unbutton if you can't fucking honestly fit through the pee hole. Like,
yeah.
Anyways,
and that's fine. Yeah.
Like you have buttons on your fucking boxers for extra fanciness.
They perform the function well, but that function's also why men need to wash their boxers and underwear after every use. You have enough to last you forever long, but you need to wash them. You can't wear them more than once because that's fucking nasty. Because you dribble a little bit on it. There's no way out of it. And all your fucking stank is down there with your taint and your asshole right there. Yeah. Just clean your fucking boxers.
It's just down there.
And keep the hole on the boxers, and everyone's going to be happy. Everyone goes home a winner.
Yeah.
Especially you, because you can stand up and pee at a urinal.
Exactly, yeah. It's ludicrous. I don't... God damn it.
But the urinals might go away if we have a push for unisex bathrooms. I mean, the urinals can't exist in a unisex bathroom.
Sure they can.
Just inside a stall.
No, I mean just have them in lie in the urinals, and if you're not comfortable with that, then fuck
No,
off.
the urinals won't exist in a unisex bathroom. It'll all be just individual.
There's
stalls.
no room for stalls. That's why urinals exist, because sometimes you just gotta piss. That's why there's no line at the men's bathroom, because we stand and pee because we can. Fuck you. If you want a bathroom, if you want a unisex bathroom, you're gonna have to deal with the fact that there's dudes with their dicks out pissing.
That defeats the purpose of unisex bathrooms, because you can't have a separate door inside with urinals just for the men with dicks to go in and pee, because that defeats the purpose. You can't go an extra layer deep.
But it's the whole purpose is that it doesn't matter. So like, it doesn't matter that there's a line of dudes with their dicks out pissing while standing.
No, see that's going to be bad. There's going to be a whole bunch of lawsuits about that, having urinals inside of a unisex bathroom, because there's just going to be women there like washing their hands and being in the bathroom and stuff. And it's just going to be like, and then the men are in the urinals right there, and all they have to do is whip it around.
If it doesn't matter, then why does it matter?
It does. It's just.
It's like it matters when we decide it matters, and sometimes it doesn't. Like,
anyways, back to the.
I just want to play footsies with Alex.
I don't know why I
shit.
haven't found anything like this.
You want to flush at the same time, so your essences merge in the pipes.
Yeah,
Stop God.
the two.
Anyways, I
two become one as they smash into each other going down.
I want to. I need to find it. I need to find a pair of boxer briefs that have like a fucking elephant printed on the front, and then the holes where the trunk should go.
Yeah. Nice. It only works when it's all shriveled up and cold.
I'm gonna look for that right
with
now.
The wrinkly
Cam.
trunk.
No, I'd totally fucking wear those. It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
And that's how I'd show it off
check
every time in the
Amazon real
bedroom
quick.
too.
Yeah,
Time for me to
you'd
pull up
Louis
my
CK it. Hey, do you mind if I whip my trunk out? Sure,
No,
yeah,
it has
whatever.
to be consensual in the bedroom.
There you go. Yeah, I was like, oh god, it's so dumb. It's so annoying. I don't get it. Pee through the pee hole, guys. That's what it's for, dude. Just, god damn it.
Oh my god.
It's got a little warmer and everything.
Fucking perfect.
Got a little trunk warmer.
Oh, holy shit. That's like $50.
Oh goddamn! What is it made out of? Cashmere?
I don't know, dude. It's got the fucking ears on the side and everything.
The fucking dick
This
sleeve.
is them's fancy, man.
What's it made out of? I need to know.
I don't
need to
know.
know what's in a caress.
I'm looking.
Yeah. Really silky smooth on your dick.
Oh,
I want you to make
I'm
sure
gonna
you
have to wash those double time if it's too smooth.
Yeah. Do the make sure you fill out that trunk at all times.
Well, one of the reviews is no one could fill out this elephant's trunk. I can't see what it's made of.
Because it kind of looked like a.
Oh, it's
continent.
acrylic yarn.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's gonna get toasty.
No.
that is something.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
That
one's-
doesn't look like something you'd whip out in a normal bedroom, though.
No, yeah, that'd be like you got like a fucking zoo fetish.
Okay. Anyways, anything else you want to
You
talk
got
about?
you got like your
Before we
elephant
move on.
masquerade mask on too. You're like fucking a lion. It's like a fucking.
There's these.
What is it? Let me see.
It's just elephant in the front.
Yeah, that looks like
It's
one of those.
not quite as perfect as the other one.
That looks like one of those ones where you ask for an image and it just like pretends to have one when it's really
Yeah.
just an image over something.
Yeah.
And then when you look at it, it's like, oh, there's no ripples because they just pasted a picture on top of
There's
this.
a bunch of like elephant thongs.
That's good. All right. So anyway, hardest games. What's some of the hardest things you guys have ever played? Because we're all stuck on Cuphead. We're all playing Cuphead. I mean, I finished it, but it's a god.
There's the box just without the P flap for you, Schweiss. Says a little cock warmer instead.
At least you get something out of that. I don't get anything out
That's
of mine.
ridiculous.
I think Cuphead is probably the hardest thing I've ever played to completion.
Cuphead currently right now is number one.
Because Dark Souls 3 was a really, really tough game for me, especially playing it that first time. But I think
With
Cuphead,
Dark Souls, it's more about patience and that you can level up your character so you can get stronger before you fight the boss again.
Yeah, Cuphead, it's a lot of RNG, and there's a lot of times where there's nothing you could have done to not get hit in a certain moment.
Yeah, and
Dark
then
Souls
the
isn't that
parry
way.
in Cuphead is absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Because you can only parry one thing.
I got that
and-
parry down. No, you can parry more than one thing.
No, I mean, it's only the pink stuff that you can
Oh,
parry.
right, yeah. Anyways, I got that parry down, dude. I have that fucking down.
It's not really a parry, though.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah,
it's
in the
a
technical
nothing.
sense of a parry, it's not really a parry, but it does charge your boost meter.
Yeah, I
Your
mean, it
power
helps
meter?
with that, but it's still basically useless. Because you
No, but
can't,
I got that
you
parry
can't use
down.
it on fucking everything.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of moments where, and I saw this with Cameron, where you'll do something and one enemy will come, and then you'll also get something else will be flying at you, and there's no way to escape. You're just going to take damage at that point. And that's not really in Dark Souls often. Sometimes it is if you sprint through an area. Like when I got hit from through the fog wall, and then as I was standing up, the Watcher guy one-shot me. That's a Cuphead bullshit moment. Where there's nothing I could have done to not get hit by that fuckface that attacked me through the fucking barrier. And then as I'm standing up, no time to move at all. The moment I start rising, I got a fucking swing from above and then down into me from the Watcher guy, and I just died. Nothing, no chance. But that's kind of the norm with Cuphead. So I think Cuphead is totally harder than Dark Souls. There's no denying it. And Dark Souls 1 took me forever, and it was super, super fucking hard. But Cuphead, there's less in it, and it took me 40 hours. There's not as many areas as there are in Dark Souls 1, and it took me forever.
And it's so boring, so defeating just to play the same thing over and over again. And you just...
Yeah, and there's even that fucking dude who tells you how many times you failed, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, the
Because
mirror thing.
you're only fighting one boss at a time, and then you're oh well, how many times have I? Oh, you failed 1,000 times. Okay, that's uplifting.
Yeah. It's that one's definitely number one as far as games I've finished. I think I would put Dark Souls Remastered at number 2 for me.
No,
It
not
was
even.
super hard.
For me, it'll be... so going down... I haven't beat Cuphead yet, so I can't probably really nominate it. But it will be at number 1. Then I'd do Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1, and then I don't know what else I'd put. Maybe Dark Souls 2, but I haven't finished yet. If I play some of the other Dark Souls games,
Are the
like
hardest
Sekiro,
games you guys have
probably be
played
different.
really more recent ones?
I played Rayman back in the day, but I didn't
OG
finish
Rayman
it.
is fucking disgusting.
I got to the cloud level, and that's not very far in.
Yeah, that
And
game
I couldn't go back.
That
go
game
back.
is evil. That platforming in that game is disgusting.
Yeah. So it's not the hardest, but it's the hardest that I've completed.
That one's one of the hardest, mostly because of its platforming. Actual combat in that game isn't too bad, but the platforming in that game is disgusting.
Yeah. I had a really hard time with Vagrant Story near the end. That was a tough game. But that one, once you get the mechanics down, it's not really as bad. To be honest, it's pretty doable. I don't know. I just feel like lately we've had some fucking bitch games, some really hard piece of shit fuck you up games. Bounty Hunter was up there.
Bounty Hunter wasn't that hard.
Bounty Hunter had some bullshit platforming, but that was about it.
What was the name of the last Digimon game again?
Digimon World 3?
World 3. So that game is not hard, but it was hard to stay awake while playing that game.
Yeah.
So you're going to count it in there as hardest? Old school Mega Man games and Castlevania games for me are definitely very hard.
Are they harder than Cuphead, though?
They're pretty close. Because with Cuphead, you're just fighting the boss, but with Mega Man and stuff, you have to like get to the boss by platforming, and if you fail at the boss, then you have to restart the entire level. So it's a bunch of platforming, mini-boss, platforming, boss. That's generally how every Mega Man game works.
I just thought it was funny how I was like having a hard time with Shovel Knight. Like it was tough on me, and then I get to this, and I'm like, no, dude, Shovel Knight is nothing. Shovel Knight is like it's like level 1 Cuphead, like fucking cakewalk compared to that shit. Like I don't know. And I mean, do you guys like tough games? I mean, I know Cameron and I have been really into the Souls games, and you too, Craig. And it's because you get that kind of rewarding feeling once you complete something that you finally overcome the difficulty of this boss and you're able to move on.
I don't really get that with Cuphead.
Yeah.
It's literally just a bunch of aggravation, and then when you get past it, it's like, all right, now on to the next aggravation.
Yeah, the next fresh hell.
Because you don't get that sense of reward. Because like with like the Dark Souls games, when you beat a boss, like you get their soul, and then that means that you can either power yourself up or you can get a sweet weapon from it. Like you get that sense of accomplishment from like not only having beat something tough, but you get a reward for it. In Cuphead, you don't. You just like continue on the same as you were.
Yeah, you just get a dick in your mouth. That's
basically,
yeah. Yeah, those are pretty tough. I was never able to actually beat Burnout 3 either. That was another game that I got like, I think I had 2 races left, and it was when we started doing the Formula 1 cars. In Burnout 3 at the very end. Those games are
so hard to control in that game.
Yeah, those cars suck. So that was really, really hard. I was stuck on that for years, and I never was able to finish it. I always just went back and I tried the races out. I tried to like get back into the game, and maybe I would find my way, but I never could with Burnout 3. I could never finish
Time
that game.
attacks in that game are really hard. If it's just like Rampage, then you can fuck everything, but those Formula 1 cars are just, they move so fast.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's super hard to control them too. Like you turn like a little bit and it will like pull a fucking like 90-degree angle turn and slam into the wall.
Yeah, it's not, and then you'll like flip around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll do the full 180 and you'll just lose the race because you're in last suddenly because everyone else can drive.
Yeah.
So that was always really tough. Did you guys ever play the Crash Bandicoot games?
No, I never played those.
No. Those are fucking bullshit, dude. Those are ridiculously hard. Like it's got some sick platforming. The level design is really brutal. Like
I've heard those games are really tough.
I never really got into them, and that's why I never took Naughty Dog seriously for the longest time because I was like, I don't like Crash. Like Crash kind of sucks.
I played one of the level because when you play Uncharted 4, like in the beginning, you can play like a Crash Bandicoot level or something. I tried that and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's platformy, huh? It's like, I don't know, there's something about it that makes it really
It's timing
difficult.
and platforming at the same time, and it's really brutal.
Yeah, I think we might just suck at platformers. That might be what it is. Like, that's what's giving us such a hard time, because these games that have the platforming are like impossible to do.
What makes platforming hard? What is it?
It's all the obstacles in your way, because jumping from place to place isn't hard at all, but it's like when you start having, like in Castlevania, you have to jump from place to place, and they have fucking spikes on the walls that are really close to where you're jumping, and then you also have like fucking big saw blades moving from space to space, and then you also have fucking like Medusa heads coming in like at a weird zigzag pattern coming at you, and if you touch them, then you like fucking turn to stone and it'll fuck you over, you'll do damage to yourself, and then you'll fall to the spikes. It's just it's all the obstacles that like really fuck you up.
Speaking of Castlevania, weren't we gonna have the listeners vote on something when it comes to a certain someone not being a certain game, only beating the first half
I suppose.
instead of beating the upside down?
What was the vote on?
Is whether or not you beat Symphony of the Night, since you only did like the Richter fight and didn't do the upside down castle.
Well, Well, I mean, I know the clear answer is yeah, I finished it, but
I mean, you did get credits, but still, that game had way more.
yeah.
Way more.
And you guys both did the more, right?
Yeah.
How did you know? Did you just find the item? Cameron?
It gives you hints
Gives you it the
when
whole
you
way.
when you talk to people and stuff, and then you get the items like the spike breaking armor, where you can just like go anywhere you want from then on. And then you discover an item, and then you get the glasses eventually. And then if you equip the glasses as your accessory, then you can see the orb floating above the guy.
Yeah.
And like all the item descriptions will give you hints at what you're supposed to do.
I mean,
It's kind of like Dark Souls in that way, where like some of the items will tell you what to do.
I guess we could have a poll to ask what you guys think.
No, let's see what the public
You
says.
should
before
play
a
it
poll.
again, Schweiss. The game is good.
I think we should also ask about Shadow of War, because I'm real stuck on that. I put the time in,
No,
man.
dude.
I put
Fucking
the time
Shadow
in.
of War, that was all you.
I actually got credits, and you guys didn't. So
You did something that was considered extra by literally everyone.
yeah, but the developers didn't say it was extra.
They never tweeted me back.
The internet might say it's extra, but those are a bunch of snowflakes that can't handle the pain of castle crashing in that fucking game. It's not even that hard.
It's treated as a prologue.
Let's be an
And
epilogue.
prologues, epilogue, and those happen after the ending.
But there was no ending, so can it really be an epilogue?
There was an ending.
Well, I mean, it's not even like an epilogue either. It's literally just extra.
You know, I feel like it was part of the game. I know the internet might not think it was, but the developers certainly did with the way they created it. So
It was extra content for you to do, Schweiss.
There's one of these
They literally
games-
made that mode endless.
No, it's not endless.
They have
I mean-
an endless mode for it now.
Well,
they were
yeah.
planning an update for it.
Sure, they have.
So
an
what?
endless
So what are you
mode.
supposed to do for it now? Now that it's endless.
Well, I'm sure you can still finish it. There's probably just a way to keep going. I doubt they took out the end cutscene and the credits for the endless mode. You could probably just do that game mode forever. Honestly, I don't know why you would. Just play it online. Like, just fucking raid other people's castles. That was kind of fun. I only did it like twice, but that was the worst. That was kind of the worst part of that game, though. To be honest, it was the
Well,
grindiest.
that's what I mean. Like you, if you considered that part of the story, how did you not like fucking hate that game? Like you spent hours complaining about that game to all of us when you were playing it.
I had fun though. I thought it was good.
No, you didn't. The
I did.
entire time you were playing that Shadow War thing, you were like, "This is fucking horse shit. I hate this. Like, this guy just fucking randomly took back one of my castles. Now I have to fucking go do it again."
Well, when
and
I
it
got-
was fucking the hardest piece of shit I ever did.
I don't think it's bad though. I think it's a decent game, and
Dude,
I like
the
that.
entire time you were playing that game mode, you did nothing but complain. You had nothing good to say about it the entire time you were doing
That
it.
doesn't mean it doesn't count. We've been complaining about Cuphead for how long now? I can't remember.
but
Played it for hours.
That was
yesterday.
something that was clearly extra. You had the fucking final boss fight, and then it's like, okay, now you can go roam around and do extra stuff.
The final
Open world games let you do that when you beat the game. It
Right.
like opens the game up again so you can do whatever you want. Same
Right.
with fucking
And
The
there's-
Witcher. When you beat The Witcher, it like opens up and it's like, hey, you can go do whatever you want again.
right, but there's a main quest in The Witcher, and then there's the extra.
And then there was the main quest in the fucking thing too. It didn't continue with like, hey, here's the main story.
Right, but there
continue
wasn't-
the main story by
there
doing
wasn't-
all these fucking orc fights.
There wasn't randomly a cutscene at the very end of all of that with The Witcher, so it doesn't really.
I mean,
quite
there's
relate.
the DLC.
Yeah,
Don't
but
you
that's
have
DLC.
Don't,
That's
don't you
different.
have the fucking complete edition? Doesn't that just mean that you have to do all the shit?
Well, no, because that's a DLC. I'm talking about base game, base release,
Base
Shadow of
extra
War.
shit.
Craig, there's other extra shit in the
Craig,
game.
your arguing isn't making it any better at all. You're actually
It's-
making it worse.
I know.
extra
the
shit.
more he talks about it, the more I
No, the
am
point
right.
the point I'm trying to say is that it's fucking extra. You beat like Schweiss, you beat fucking Sauron at the end of that game. Where's it supposed to go?
Well, he's not dead.
Are you fucking seriously suggesting that beating Sauron is only like the halfway point,
No,
and then we have to
it's-
spend another 12 hours of the game mindlessly fighting orcs to manage our shit just so we can view a 3-second cutscene?
I would say that it's 75% of the way through. It's the climax, and then we have the falling action, which is the falling action of
The
wow.
falling action of an
Wow,
entire
there's-
fucking war?
Wow, there's no story in this part. Falling action, and then wow, here's a little chunk of story, and it's over. Yeah, that's classic writing, Craig. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's supposed to show you the years that main character went through trying to hold Mordor at bay.
Yeah, and then he lost it. And
Oh, I get what it's for. It's just it's
he was-
not the story
he was as
anymore. The
miserable
story
as-
ended when you beat fucking Sauron.
Anyways, so we kind of discussed kind of what our hardest games are, and we got a little more into what I think we should get into more, what makes a game hard. And in platforming, I guess it's just the amount and the speed of obstacles that come at you.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of the timing that you have to avoid the obstacles, as well as being able to land on the next platform while doing it.
Yeah, and Cuphead, it is platformer. It is a platformer.
There are platforming parts.
And I think that's what makes it hard. I don't know if the run and gun part makes it tough. I mean, it's certainly not easy, but I think the platforming is what fucks me more than anything in that game. It's just having to
Like
dodge.
the dragon boss fight is definitely platforming.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like it's
But like the earlier boss fights, like fighting the frogs or like the Beppy the clown, those aren't really platforming.
yeah. There's still elements of it with the dodging and the like jumping onto certain platforms for certain amounts of time and then dodging to get out before you take damage.
And then they have those shoot 'em up parts where you're in the plane, and that's obviously not platforming either.
it has that kind of like element of platforming though. It's similar.
There's no platforming in that part.
I mean, I guess technically you're
Zero
not going
platforming.
from
It's
platform.
100% shoot 'em up. Shoot 'em ups are also dodging shit.
Is this
while
game
shooting.
harder than the DuckTales game?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
DuckTales is super easy comparatively.
Have you finished it?
I'm at the last boss fight where you fight Dracula.
In DuckTales? What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. DuckTales is fucking
What?
awesome. Yeah, dude. Play DuckTales. It's so fucking sweet.
Jesus.
It's basically like Shovel Knight, because you have to like use your pogo stick and
See, I
bounce
like the
around and stuff.
pogo. I like the pogo. There's no fucking pogo in Cuphead.
Yeah.
You just
There's
touch them and
there's
they hit
pogo
you.
in fucking in DuckTales.
You just clink. You clink like the beers clink at night in your fridge, just asking you to come drink more. You just clink and then you die. There's no pogo. I love the pogo.
Man, I kind of want to play DuckTales right now.
I miss the pogo from Shovel Knight so much because you could just pogo the fuck out of those guys. Yeah, I think there's a lot that goes into making games difficult, and the thing I like about the Souls game is a lot of it's just self-discovery. A lot of it's discovering because most enemies in those games have parries, and you have the ability to smack their attack away and then do a visceral counter.
With the Dark Souls games, the reason it's difficult is because all the enemies do a lot. All the enemies do a lot of damage to you, and then it's a lot of timing to either avoid their moves or parry their moves at the right time.
Yeah. I feel like with the Souls games, they're more fair. They find ways to fuck you though, for sure. Like the way they pull back their attacks.
There's
and
some
stuff.
bullshit tracking that went on with the Watchers and the final boss.
Yeah,
Where
crazy.
you would dodge out of the way, but then their sword would move along with you and then slam down on you right after you got out of the roll.
And they do the mega rear up where they pull back and then they keep pulling back, and the whole time you're dodging for your life, and then you run out of dodge, and then they just wham, and then you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a learning curve, and once you get past that, when I played Bloodborne after Dark Souls 3, I fucking wrecked Bloodborne. I fucking made that game my bitch, dude. I ruined that game. I had trouble, a lot of trouble on some of the fights, but it was nothing compared to Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3, it was every boss was a nightmare. There were some bosses in Bloodborne where I only fought them once or twice. There were 3 bosses that I killed the first time I played them. You know, like it's
That the fucking boss, the archivist or whatever, the dude who had the two swords, but then he would have a phantom after image of himself.
in which one?
3, I think.
I remember that fight. That was rough.
Man.
Didn't Pontiff Sullivan have that too? Where he
Pontiff
had, like,
Sullivan. Yeah, that's who it was.
Oh, was that?
actually.
Yeah, he was rough.
Pontiff Sullivan is the hardest fight in that game. Dude, he totally is.
I still think it took me long
The final
to defeat
boss
the Lord
is
of
a lot of
Cinder.
RNG, but like when you get it right, you just fuck him.
Well, yeah, when you get it right, yeah.
When you get the right
brothers,
thing on him.
I spent more time on
Yeah.
the princes. Yeah, fuck.
But
those
you
guys.
didn't realize that you were supposed to kill the small dude.
Yeah. Well, then when I won, I killed both of those fuckers. I downed the one guy, and then I just ripped his little brother to pieces while he was laying on the ground, chanting for his brother to rise. I feel like once you play those games, though, like you become pretty good at those games. And I thought that until I played Dark Souls Remastered, and then I was not good. But they have their style, they have their like method to the madness, and that's what I appreciate with the game. And that's the kind of difficulty that I like. Difficulty where you can kind of overcome, you know, and it's by
The difficulty where it's fair, but you can do it.
Yeah, and it's all you. And like sometimes that's how it is in Cuphead, and sometimes that's how it is in most
Never
of these
felt
games.
like it is that way in Cuphead.
But in Cuphead, what makes it so hard is that there's so much RNG happening around you that sometimes there's nothing you could do.
There's RNG manipulates every little bit of fucking Cuphead. Like the slime boss in the very beginning, RNG determines how fucking far he jumps.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting. You can't accurately determine where he's gonna be because it changes all the time.
Right.
And then same with like the Baroness von Bonbon. She like whatever dude you fight is always randomized. Like you could fight the waffle first, you could fight the candy corn.
She was not hard at all.
It changes all the time.
As far as bosses go, she was not hard at all.
It took me a while to beat her, but
It depends on like what bosses you get or what fights you get.
I got used to all of them though.
I mean, you can get used to all of them, but then they add the things like the little jelly bean coming across the screen and then her popping up and then shooting that shotgun thing.
Yeah.
It just depends on which boss you get that makes it easier.
Oh, just wait, man. King Dice, you get to choose. You get to choose which boss you take.
We can get some Cuphead swag and drink out of those cups ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And it's just so... Some of the fights are so long in some of these games. So I think difficulty... I think sometimes it can be bad game mechanics, but like I don't think Cuphead or the Souls games are poorly put together games. I think they have elements that make them difficult, and it's... I don't know. It's more fair with the Souls, I would say. And then with like Rayman and stuff like that, I haven't played it for so long that I don't know why I sucked at it. I just know that I really sucked at it. You know,
It's 100% platforming in that game. It's brutal.
I just am not good at that shit, I guess. I don't know. And it's funny because there's a lot of old platformers that I love, like Donkey Kong Country. Like, that's an amazing game.
Those can be tough at parts too, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, like, I don't know. There's something about those and the Sonic games that I can do.
I never found Spyro to get that hard.
Yeah, I got like 110% on each of those.
Although
Spyro
I've only
games.
played 2 Spyros. I played the first one, and then there was one on Game Boy that I played.
I played 2 and 3 on PS1, and I got more than 100% in all of them. I got every single item on each level, and I found them. I didn't look it up online.
It's
or
weird to
anything.
me that things go over 100%.
Yeah, it technically doesn't make sense. Like when they tell you to give it, 110%.
Man, freaking Symphony of the Night is one of the worst offenders because, like, I think the maximum percent of stuff you can get in that game is like 214.6.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Shit. What else has been really tough for the podcast that we played? Bounty Hunter was tough because of bad mechanics.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
terrible
bad.
platforming.
Fucking.
But I still
game,
wouldn't
dude.
rank it as one of the hardest games, but it was bad.
It was hard to get through, but it's because it was miserable.
That game was so bad, dude.
I would say Alone in the Dark and New Nightmare, what I played was really tough.
Yeah.
That's a hard game.
That game is fucking shit.
It's bad, and it's a bad setup, but it's also really hard.
It's also glitched to fuck.
Yeah. That would be one that I would say was pretty tough on me. And it was funny because I was playing a bunch of survival horror games, a bunch of old survival horror games around that time. Pop that in, I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. Like, I die in like 2 hits. And there's a chair in the hallway, and there's 2 zombies in the hallway, and like I can't get past the chair and the zombies. The game just doesn't let me, and I'm not wasting ammo on these guys.
Parasite Eve 2 as well, like the fucking camera, so you can't see the fucking bugs, and then the zombie ninja things.
Fuck yeah!
That fucking choke you out,
and then you go confused. So like the controls just.
The controls become way worse than they already were.
Yeah, and they were already the worst controls you've ever touched.
Oh, God.
Jesus fuck, dude. How the fuck?
And then,
I was almost crying at that game when I got to the part where the invisible ninja, because like 4 out of every 5 times I'd go into that area, and all I have to do is run just right across the screen. I would just get grabbed by an invisible ninja, and he would choke me. And then, like, he would drop me, and I'd have the little confused thing above me, and it's like, there's no escape because the camera is like a slanted view of like from me to Craig, but it's like on a little angle.
Yeah,
and then,
it's like it wants to be isometric, but then it's not.
And then the controls camera, it's fucking, you move forward. It's tank controls, so you move forward with your character's point of view. And then you get turned around, and then you get choked, and the controls get reversed, and it is.
And the most horseshit thing is it's a fucking third-person shooter. They could have made it just fine. They could have been like fucking
Resident Evil stagnant camera angles. That's what makes those good.
Yeah,
static camera.
They didn't have to fuck everything.
But oh man, and then they choke you and you're confused, and then you try to turn around,
and then the controls
are
like opposite now. So,
but they were already opposite of logic, and now they're like logical again. But your brain has been rewired to be retarded, so you can't. And then you get choked by the next one, and then you're crying and screaming, and then chanting the little cancer song that I made. So
you're saying you just need to keep yourself, quite choked out the whole game, and you're just fine.
Yeah, if you could cast confuse on yourself from for the first chapter, do it.
Just like invert the controls.
Exactly. Yeah, they probably
so then they become regular controls.
It would play better. Yeah, it would play like a normal fucking game at that point. It just fucking God. That was tough. God. That was really tough, and I don't know why the ball sack monster was so tough, because like it was like sometimes you could hit him without taking damage, and then other times, like, he would do his big move and it would kill you.
The big laser thing.
Yeah, and like it would miss 4 out of 5 times, but that 5th time, your ass is grass,
he'd
man.
just be like, he'd use it a little bit faster than you thought he would, and then you'd like get tagged by it.
Its range would be a little bit more than it was last time. So like you're on that little platform of invulnerability, and it just hits you and you die. That's the RNG that's not cool. It's the RNG that just decides when you live and when you fucking die. Like parts of Cameron playing the dragon yesterday, like there's no cloud. There's not a fucking cloud that's not covered by a fireball or the dragon himself.
Oh, man,
there's no cloud here.
My favorite one was the tail that came out of nowhere
here.
That just fucked him.
Yeah, the tail, and then it's like there's a tail right behind me, there's a fireball right in front of me, and the only cloud is on this guy's fucking taint, so I'll take damage if I go to the cloud, so you just hunker down and just hope it works out. Yeah. And it won't. You're gonna get hit. Fuck, man. It's just not right. Fuck, Parasite Eve 2, that's a good one. It's a bad one, but it's a good one for like
difficulty,
unholy difficulty. Yeah. God damn it.
Parasite Eve 1 is so good compared to that game.
Yeah, it's so easy, too. This last boss fight is like a fucking asshole, but other than that, that's a way easier game. And the third one's fucking easy, too. Only got tough at the very end.
I vaguely want to play that.
It's actually kind of fun.
I've heard the gameplay is great in that game. It's just the story is absolute horseshit.
It's Hajime Tabata, man. That's all he does.
I'm gonna have to come up with like another story to the transsexual the fucking
Transgendered.
the transgender fucking surgery dream.
Yeah. It's
You had a transgender surgery dream?
no, that's what.
That's the plot of Parasite
Okay,
Eve
yeah.
2.
Yeah, and she's fighting her old penis in the end, like her ball sack.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now.
It's all symbolic.
And it's merged with the vagina she's gonna have.
Yeah, the vagina ball sack creature. That's right. It did look like a vag too. Oh, and it like opened up and shit. Oh.
Yeah, it's the vag and balls.
Stuff flew out of it. Like, Jesus Christ. The most disgusting looking boss I've ever seen. Shit, yeah, those were tough. Man, what other games have we played that are like truly difficult? I guess the new God of War when I was playing on hard.
On hard, yeah, I could see that being ridiculous. There were some pretty tough parts just playing regularly. Like
Yeah.
one of the ice creature things that you had to fight was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, like when it got
Like when you're nearing the top of the mountain and you have to fight the ice creature and you have to like dodge his lasers and shit.
Yeah, I feel like that style of game is just kind of difficult. That's slightly over the shoulder, because it feels like a slower Dark Souls, almost that newer God of War, like a slower paced Dark Souls. And there's just something about that style that makes it's tough.
I know you had some trouble with Horizon Zero Dawn at the beginning, but that was mostly because you didn't fucking manage your equipment at all.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was tough. Dude, by the end of that game, I was raping face. Like, I got to level 50 by going to the canyon with the 2 T-Rex guys.
Yeah.
And I would just aggro both of them, and I would blow the fucking missile off the big
dude,
guy.
It's the best fucking thing to just knock off the fucking disc launcher or the missile launcher
Oh,
off the back of them
fuck, yeah.
and just use their own fucking weapons to just destroy them.
Just hit their soft spot with a couple of those
Yeah.
missiles, and they just fucking blow up, dude.
Yep.
God, that was such a cool mechanic in that game.
It was
So good.
such a great game, Greg.
Yeah, such a great game. Now the consensus is great game on the podcast instead
Fuck
of
you
middle of
guys.
the ground. Joe was a dissenter. Yeah, that was, I don't know, that one wasn't really that tough though. It was just kind of getting used to the fact that I have to use loot, which is weird for that kind of game for me. I don't know why.
Man, what other fucking games have we played?
I don't know. Legend of Dragoon is kind of tough for a lot of people. The final boss, but
Final boss, yeah, I could see that, and the
dragon.
the legendary dragon dude.
Yeah, he killed me a couple times. So he killed me
And
because I was
getting the
being
dragon
dumb.
block staff like right before that one was tough too.
Yeah, that was a tough fight. But that was tough for the same reason because you couldn't go Dragoon, and I kept going Dragoon like a fucking moron. And then I just got fucking nuked.
Scale gun tough, Cam.
Hardest game I've ever played.
Yeah, that was the hardest he's ever been playing that game.
Had to call my doctor.
Yeah.
4-hour boner.
He's like, "Are you playing Galgun, Cameron?" Just Cameron. He's playing Galgun. God, the panty DLC. We should have done it, Cameron.
The panty DLC?
Yeah, it just shows you can see.
Yeah,
through
there's the
their clothes.
DLC that you can buy that makes it so you can see all of them in their underwear.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got to do that.
I seem
anyway
to
for a
remember
bunch.
being able to see through their clothes anyway.
No, but like even more.
Like when you did that scope thing on them.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was more somehow, or they're all just not dressed ever.
Maybe.
There's something to it.
It's like $100 DLC.
Yeah, that's sad. I don't know. I had a really hard time with Zestiria at the very end. I know no one else really did. But
That boss fight is a huge pain. I had to restart that one like 5 times.
I had to do it on easy.
Did you really?
Yeah, I didn't beat it on normal. I beat it on easy. I just didn't do the equipment right, I think. Because it had a really weird system with it.
That system is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Once you get it though, it's a little easier.
Yeah. I I don't know, Age of Empires 2 on any difficulty higher than, like, normal is fucking obscene.
I can see that.
Like, even playing normal, it's like you gotta be on your
Oh.
toes or you'll die.
Fucking XCOM. XCOM is super hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I fucking hate that game sometimes, dude. You'll have like a 95% chance of shooting a dude, and then you'll just miss. Like, one time I was literally fucking point blank next to a fucking alien, right? My dude has a fucking shotgun. And it was like, you have 100, like, it was a 99% chance to hit. And I do it, and he misses. I was like, what the fuck?
Another tough one for me was, it was like Operation Desert Storm, Black Hawk Down. That game was ludicrous, dude. Because, like, there was a part where I got to the very end, and it took me years to beat this thing. Like, I would just come back to it and just mash my controller against my head in frustration of just, like, how ridiculous this game was. Like, I would turn a corner, and the guy would just instantly start shooting me. Like, I would turn a corner, he'd be point blank with, like, his 45, and just, like, he has it held up, and then I turn the corner, just, and I just have to fucking hope I don't take damage. It was just, like, it was Call of Duty Classic before I played Call of Duty Classic. Like,
Call of Duty Classic is another hard one.
yeah, that one's up
Fuck
there.
that game.
That one's up there, and it's got the RNG. Fuck you, RNG too, because sometimes you'll poke your head out of the corner and they'll just kill you.
Oh, dude, I don't remember which level it is, but it's that one where there's like, you have to go around the corner, and then there's the tank that's like right there, and then there's a dude that's on the mounted gun of the tank,
And
and
he
then there's
snaps.
like a wall of dudes that are like up above, and like as soon as you poke even your weapon out, everything is immediately firing on you.
Yeah, that was a tough one. The boat one, though, the boat level I was stuck on for years. That was
Which-
like,
is that in
How's
the
it even
Russian
fair
one?
if it doesn't give you enough time to actually see your target and shoot before you're dead?
I don't know. It just isn't fair. That's just how it is.
I think I was playing on hardened or veteran on that one.
Yeah, it was the
The easier difficulties are okay, but like as soon as you get any higher, they're just like, they become bullshit to the point where like you have no chance.
yeah, that one was, and yeah, there's literally nothing you could do because you poke out and they will shoot you in the head and you're just dead. All of your health is gone.
Basically, when you're playing on the hardest difficulty, like it's really hard to find health packs, and even if you have full health, you get shot twice. and
Oh,
you're
on
dead
the
in
hardest,
that game.
there aren't any health packs. On hardened, there are, but on veteran, there's no health
Okay, I
packs.
think I
You
was
have
playing
to
on
finish
hardened
the
then.
level, and then you'll get full health for the
Yeah.
next level, which
Yeah.
is surprisingly generous.
Yeah,
To be honest.
that game is fucking evil.
So I was in
It's
this.
so bad.
I would come out of the cargo hold of this boat, and there would be a guy that would run up. As I came up to the side, I would like poke out a little, and then like come back in, and then one guy would run out. I'd MG40 him, MG42, whatever it is, the fucking
Yeah.
German like MP40. That's what it is. I'd MP40 that guy. There'd be another guy that would pan across the screen right after him. I'd MP40 that guy. There'd be a guy that would like come out of the cargo bay on the other side. I would snipe him, and then I would like poke my head out and then see if I lived. And if I lived from the sniper that's up above, I could then scope in and try to kill that sniper. And then I'd have to do the same thing on the second sniper that's over there while other guys are kind of like swarming around me. And what I ended up doing is I ended up killing the first three guys and then just running. Because like there's like a 50% chance that the sniper is going to kill me anyways. So I'm just going to book it and hope to God that no one else shoots me on the way. And if they do, I'll just restart. And so that's what I did. I killed 3 guys, 3 out of like 12, mind you. I left the other 9 to just try to gun me down as I'm sprinting across this opening. There's bullets fucking shattering everything around me. And I'm like, oh God. And then I run into the little cargo, and then I slowly make my way through all of those assholes, which might be able to do, might not, depending on what the game decides. Because there's a hallway, and there's like 7 guys in that hallway.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that game gets so bullshit too. Remember that level where you have to like ride in the Jeep and you have no control over dodging
Yes,
at all,
yeah.
and there's like thousands of guys shooting at you.
I was stuck on that one for a while, too.
Yeah, that one was absolute horseshit.
But see, the boat one, after the insta-kill snipers, there's more insta-kill snipers. So not only do I have to kill those 3 guys, sprint through, kill everybody in the hallways, I have to come out and then like look up real fast, and if that guy misses me the first time, I can gun him down. If not, I have to start all over again. And that was hell.
I can't believe you beat
finishing
that
that.
game on veteran.
I can't either. It was a fucking. And then when I played it on hardened, I fucking raped it, except for the boat part. And then like oddly, the like Russian mission at the very end when they're on one of the beaches, like this fucking plane would just wreck my shit. Like out of nowhere, I'm like, he's like, take cover, and I take cover, and the plane just fucking annihilates me anyway, like time after time after time.
Like that one Battlefield match we had where the plane like slammed into Cam.
Yeah, where he's playing single player, and they're just kamikazing his ass with the fucking Doom train. The fucking
That thing fucking crashed.
yeah. God, that and then Medal of Honor Frontline on hard was.
I never played Frontline.
It wasn't as hard as COD, but it was close, and it was broken. There were times where I would shoot someone and nothing would happen. And then that was the one where they would have like the single shot Kar 98 rifle, and they would like point it over the fucking the box, the wooden box that they're hiding behind, and they would blind fire, and it would hit me. And it was like they were a ways away, dude. I could see the bullet tracing through the air before it hit me, and I'm just like, what? What is this marksman? Like,
those
Jesus.
old games
He's
have
just
like
fucking
some
using a
bullshit
mirror through the
accuracy.
scope.
yeah, it's just like some fucking Saving Private Ryan shit going on here. Like, except for he's not
the old
looking.
periscope scope gun.
Yeah, God, he's got a submarine gun.
I remember some parts in Black being really fucking hard because of that shit.
Yeah, it's just and those are unfair, and that's why that game sucks. That's why I don't think that's a good game, because it's just unfair.
Which one? Frontline?
Frontline, yeah. It's COD Classic is just an asshole, and it's not fair too.
COD Classic is okay on the easier difficulties.
Yeah, I think it's a fine game, but Medal of Honor, it's still broken on the easier difficulties. It's not good by any fucking means. It's still like you'll throw grenades and they'll fly through people's bodies, and it's like, oh, well, that's great. You know, the grenade that blows up on impact flew through his head,
That's
and
why
then
the
he gunned
best
me down.
Medal of Honor is European Assault.
That's fucking that campaign sucks, Caleb. That campaign sucks ass.
That game's multiplayer is the greatest multiplayer of all time. And you know it.
It is pretty satisfying. But damn, I
Dude, the fucking little twitching. Oh, God, I love
And
that.
somehow you were god at just the no scope.
I know. I love that game so much.
he had that thing that your screen has, Cameron. Cameron's monitor, he can like turn on a little aiming reticle for the center of the screen. And I'm like, that is so fucking cheap. Because he'll just start shooting, and then like the monitor will like have the perfect little reticle, and then like his reticle will get shittier around it. But like, that's how they make games, how they make shooters.
It doesn't change the accuracy at all. It just lets you know where the exact center of your screen is at all times.
That's true, yeah, and it's always where you're aiming is going to
Yep.
be the exact center. So it's like, I guess, yeah, it's something that's like training wheels. You can almost take them off after a while,
yeah.
but it just looked wrong to
Yeah.
me. It's just fucking perma scope.
Yeah.
But shit. Star Wars Battlefront 1 doing those missions on the hardest difficulty, that was pretty crazy.
That was fun, though, because we would get good.
Yeah, we would like reach peak drunkenness where like we were just amazing at the game. Like nothing could kill us, and it was because we had like our balls out. It was like balls to the wall.
Those extra missions on Modern Warfare 2 on Veteran were pretty hard.
Yeah, that.
Where you have to like fight the waves of dudes and shit.
Yeah, that was 3.
Was that 3?
Yeah, 2 was more of mission based stuff. Remember, because you would like there was the one that we got stuck on at the end where we had to storm the houses.
Yeah, I remember the Burger Town one or whatever. That
Yeah.
one was hard.
Yeah, there. I think there were some where you had to hold off areas, but
Yeah.
it was mostly like little mini missions. But 3 was the one where it was all just a horde mode, and that's like we never got very far in that. So that was really brutal. Shit.
Oh man, remember when we got to like round 26 on Rise Cam? Fucking zombies. That was so good.
Yeah, but it wasn't one of the hardest games, though.
It gets really hard.
zombies is like infinite. You can't really beat zombies. But round 26, we got round 26.
Is
That
probably
was
weak
that
sauce
was
to someone else.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that was pretty impressive for us. That's the highest we've ever gotten.
I remember watching Cody one time, and he was in like the 50s with one of his online buddies, and I'm like, what the fuck? How did you guys do this? Like, we're like in the 20s, and we're spooging our pants, like, oh my god, that was so fucking god tier, bro. And then they're just like almost triple digits and shit. And I don't know, there's just a pattern that you get down. But in that, it's kind of
there's
unfair.
a pattern and a little bit of RNG with the box.
Yeah, that
'Cause
one's
if you get the fucking like ray gun, then you're good.
that one's unfair though, because
Ray gun and thunder gun. Like if everybody has those two things, and then you get like the ammo refill,
yeah,
you can go on forever.
after a while, they just start taking so much damage to kill that it's like it's just not even fun. It's just fucking ridiculous. Like
I mean, if
can't-
there was way more zombies, but they took the same as like they did at like round 10, then it would be fine. But
yeah, I think that's another element of like almost unfair difficulty, where they become more in quantity, but they also become tougher. And that's kind of
yeah. When you start wasting like nearly half a clip of an RPK, which has 200 rounds, into like 5 zombies, there's a problem.
Yeah. Shit. Whatever. What else for shooters? World at War was tough on Veteran too.
Yeah.
That was tough because of
It was
crappy
tough for Craig on
design, though.
easy, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
With
Try
the,
to play that through.
flamethrower part.
Try to play that through with you on co-op, and you're just like, dude, how'd they
Dude,
hit me?
they fucking kept hitting me with the fucking
And then I
flamethrower,
just
and
turned
they were
around. He had a sniper just shooting into him in his back. He never looked behind him to see the dude who was behind him.
I just remember walking up to a German and a Russian with their guns in each other's faces, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And it just glitched there. And then I walked past, and the German blasts the Russian, and then he shoots me and kills me. And I'm like, "Oh, that's fair," you know? Like fucking what? Guys are just like they got their guns all fucking weird. They're holding them all funky, and then they're just stuck in time. And then the fucking German plugs the Russian guy, and then just snaps to my ass and shoots me in the head. That was bad.
The
because of
Treyarch
design.
Call of Duties and their glitches.
Yeah, yeah. They're kind of the best ones, though, honestly.
They are the best ones, but they do have bullshit glitches. Like
Yeah.
the faceless man hunting me down to
Yeah.
the fucking level.
Yeah,
and then
that was-
and then he gets to the cutscene, he's still beating me down, so I have to fucking like try and quickly get through the fucking cutscene so I can live.
yeah, and the guy just won't shut up, so he's just talking forever as he's swinging nothing at you. That was good. Those are good days. Yeah, most other things I've been able to finish up.
Oh man, those
in
God
my
of War
days.
games get really hard at parts.
Yeah, some of the
Elevator one and the first one where you have to like fight the endless amount of skeletons while you're trying to like wind down,
that was
and then
tough. The spiral.
the ending part of Chains where there's like that wall of Medusa heads.
Yeah, the very final fight in Chains. I got to that in one night, and then I spent 6 hours the next day finishing the game up.
I can't remember which part it is in 2, but there's a really hard part in 2.
The ending in 1 and 2 are both really hard.
The ending of 2 is really hard, but there was like another part, I think maybe when you're fighting like a bunch of Medusas, and I can't remember. It was like one huge fight where you have to like keep dodging Medusas. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, I think it was the one where there's like those Spectre dudes that were kept popping out of the ground.
Oh, yeah. Fuck those guys, yeah.
I fucking hate those guys.
Dude, if you ever fucking play Ghost of Sparta, the sirens in that game, I was like screaming.
Oh, the sirens. Yeah.
I was fucking livid. And because they just...
I've
they
only
lock
played
your
that
ass
one
down.
once. So
I hate that game, dude. I get so fucking mad at that game. It's so goddamn hard.
Hey, Cam, have you played Ghost of Sparta yet?
That's the second one on PSP.
No, I don't think so.
You played Chains though, right?
Yeah, I played Chains.
It's like the two
Chains
PSP
is good.
games.
Chains is really good.
Yeah.
Ghost of Sparta, though.
No, it's painful. Shit, I don't know if I have any others that are super, super hard. Most stuff is pretty doable, and that's kind of by design. I try to stay away from the games that I know are broken, but sometimes they creep up and force their way into our lives.
Yeah.
There's no avoiding it. Platforming is probably the one I'm worst at. And then I'm not great at fighters either, because I don't play them.
Fighting games are pretty easy, though, just by playing the campaigns. Unless it's fucking the OG Mortal Kombats.
Yeah, those are really tough.
And those are tough.
Those are. I had the first Mortal Kombat on Sega, and I remember as a kid I would never play the campaign mode or the ladder mode because it could never get past the first couple of bosses.
Yeah.
And then I just play my brother.
Scorpion is a
and just,
fucking cunt in that game.
Then I would just, play the 1v1 my brother, and I'd smash him, and he'd never want to play against me either. So it's just
So you never played the game?
Can't actually play the game. Yeah.
Yeah. I was able to beat the first one going up the ladder, but it took a lot of time. And I was playing on I think I bought it on PS3. They had a port for the first Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And I was able to do it, but it was really fucking not okay. It was super hard. Fighting Shao Kahn or whatever at the end.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
Him and then Goro was nuts. Also, those were the two tough ones.
Yeah.
In that game. Yeah, that's kind of it though. I don't know. You guys have anything else? You got any others to add?
No, I guess I don't really play too many hard games, it seems.
I remember Earthworm Jim being really hard back on Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Donkey Kong Country 64. Or Donkey Kong 64, whichever one that was called. Was pretty hard in the last parts.
Yeah, I have that. I just don't have the little, hard drive upgrade thing to play it. So I
Sure you don't? I thought you did.
No, I never got it.
Oh. That one's a fun game, though. That one has some pretty sweet multiplayer.
Oh, I know. I played the shit out of that.
You play that multiplayer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
dude. I love that.
It was a really good version of Bond, basically.
Yeah, I love that game. I can't remember which one I played as the most. Maybe Chunky Kong.
I played as Diddy.
Yeah, I like the
With his-
pineapple bazooka that Chunky Kong has.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And then Lanky has that the grape blow dart gun.
Yeah, I liked the double pistols from Diddy though. That was fun.
The shooting the peanuts.
Yeah.
Peanut pistols, yeah.
Yeah. You played that too, Cam?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that game is fucking sweet.
I think the best game I remember from
Jet Force Gemini. That game is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. That game gets really hard.
I think the best game on 64 that I played that was a niche title was the Pokemon rip-off of Bejeweled that they had. You remember that thing, Craig?
Yeah, I do.
It was Pokemon Puzzle Master or some shit.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one was. Was it Puzzle Master?
It was something like that. I played that thing for so fucking many hours. One of my buddies had it, and we would just play that for ever. That one was a lot of fun. It wasn't hard though. I mean, it probably was near the end, but it's one of those Tetris games, so it's it gets hard, but it's not God tier hard.
Oh, Pokemon Puzzle League?
Yeah, Puzzle League, that's the one. That was fucking fun.
Yeah, that game.
Yeah. Other than that, any old arcade game for me is painfully hard. I went to Nickelcade or Nickel City after the last time when we went to Quarters, and I suck, dude. I suck at most of those arcade games.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Yeah, and I have played Joust before, by the way. I had played
Joust is fucking sweet.
I didn't like it that much this time.
Fuck you.
I was like,
Joust-
Not as
So
good
good.
as it, what the new evolution of it, Killer Queen is, huh?
yeah, no, Killer Queen is superior. Easily. Joust doesn't make any sense to me.
How does Joust not make any sense?
Because I could be hauling ass and tag them and they'll kill me. I don't get what.
Because they stabbed you and you didn't stab them. That's how that works.
Yeah, but it's 2D, so we kind of, it looks like we stabbed each other. I don't understand.
If you're a little bit above him, then your lance is gonna miss and they're gonna stab you right on.
I don't know, Craig. I wasn't as impressed with Joust as you made it out to be.
It's because you're weak.
I preferred Centipede.
Centipede is fun.
But the shoot button on the fucking arcade thing there is too slow, so I can't spam the shit out of it. So Centipede got really hard.
I remember one time in our programming class in high school, our teacher made us program Centipede and Minesweeper.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Shit, what other game did they have there that Oh, it was the alien game, like the big
Area
alien.
51?
No, not Area 51. It was like an aliens.
I'm surprised there's not like a bunch of people playing Area 51 in preparation for that stupid meme.
Yeah. Do you think anyone's actually going to go there? Because it was started as a joke.
No, I highly doubt it.
You don't think anyone is?
Okay,
gonna go?
I'm sure that it's probably going to be like 100 people who are going to be like,
And maybe 25 people will show up.
And do you think they'll actually storm it with those
No,
low
they won't.
numbers? Damn. I wanted to see what would happen. I wanted to see.
Gonna get fucking murdered.
You will get shot if you tried to storm Area 51 and you didn't listen to them when they told you to stop. Now let's just imagine theoretically every single person who RSVP'd to that did decide to show up. They're not going to massacre that many people, but they will use riot suppressing tactics on them.
Yeah, but Cameron,
you have to remember this base is miles until you get into the actual base part itself. So they have to walk, I think it's something stupid like 14 miles from the perimeter to actually get into the base part that they want to go storm. In the middle of fucking summer in Nevada
middle of the
desert heat.
desert.
Yes. And so they want to go, all these people.
Well, actually, they're going to.
Are they going to be fit enough to run that
September,
far?
so it won't
and
be in
then
the summer.
I don't think they're going to get massacred. I don't think someone would do something. They
will get tear gassed.
They
like
will get
fucking
tear
crazy.
gassed. They will get peppered with rubber bullets. They will get, and maybe they'll have like that water sprayed on them. But that might be actually something nice to have happen. But they will get tear gassed and riot suppress the fuck out of them until all of them go home.
here's the real thing, though, Cameron.
And then probably a lot of tickets issued.
They can't stop all of us, Cameron. They just can't. So if we all pull together,
We're gonna be like World War Z, where everybody's like climbing on top of each other to get over the base.
They just can't, Cameron. If
I think there's nothing more than people thinking it's funny to go storm Area 51. I think if they see a line of actual soldiers with fucking riot shields starting to fucking launch with real-looking weapons shooting rubber bullets at them, I think a lot of people will decide it's time to go home.
But if they all stay, Cameron, they can't stop all of us.
Yeah, man, you gotta know that there's gonna be at least one dumbass who goes who's gonna have like a gun. He's gonna turn it into a blood bath.
You know, it does seem kind of unfair. Like, we pay them, they work for us technically, and they're gonna keep all these secrets from us. Like, what the fuck?
What would be funny if a small group of people did show up and try to get in, they actually let them in and then just pull a fucking elaborate prank on them.
Yeah,
to make them think that they
Like
really
the
saw
moon
aliens.
landings.
Like they actually saw aliens in there. No one will believe them. Just make them hacks the rest of their life.
Yeah, fuck them up. That would be really good. Like, first 50 people we're letting in. Oh shit! Then like those people just like go insane from what they saw.
Just pull a Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. It's like, all right, guys, if you get a golden ticket, you can go to Area 51.
Yeah. It's probably just a weapons site, though, honestly. Like, there's no
No,
aliens.
it's an Air Force
like,
testing site.
Yeah, they just test new tech, like weaponry.
No, and old tech and just other stuff.
I'm sure
just
it's all trash because the
Yeah.
government's like retardedly behind everything.
Yeah.
I remember how it used to be a saying where like anything we have now, the government had 5 years ago. Now it's like, please, give me a fucking break.
I mean, tech-wise, as far as military stuff goes, yes, they probably still do.
Probably, yeah, but not as far as like actual tech, like
Yeah.
normal shit. Like, I'm pretty sure Elon Musk and his guys have better shit than the government has.
Yeah.
Because they're actually, they send shit into space and it comes back, not
Yeah.
like in chunks. It lands where it's supposed to land.
I just remember watching the first time where they got both rockets to touch down. I'm like, this is the future, guys. This is it.
Where he landed, like they landed him in the water on that tiny little pad. I'm like, holy shit.
No, this
dude.
is the first double booster landing. This was before that other. The other one still dropped in the water, but then I see that they finally have it to where they can catch the booster over the water one reliably too.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it's like they just calculate everything, where it's going to be, where the waves are going to have everything pushed. Like, so much math goes into it, and it landed. It wasn't like dead center, but it was within the ring of like the target thing, and I was like, well, fuck. fucking orbited, and then it's like, all right, time to come back. It's insane. I also love that they launch stuff into space, like for the internet thing.
Yeah.
That they're doing. You know what I hope they do with that? I hope they like have free internet for like North Korea and like China, and it's just like, fuck you, shut us down now, motherfucker. I mean, they could shoot them down technically.
They very much could shoot them down. That's actually a fear of in the next 20 years or so. If we destroy too many satellites or destroy too many things in close Earth orbit, we'll actually create a shell around the Earth where it'll make it almost impossible to actually send other stuff out into space or people out into space while they're getting shredded up.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of a crazy idea.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when you're going out there, you're hauling ass, so anything you hit, it's kind of a big deal.
It's stuff that's orbiting at incredible speeds, too, so.
Yeah, that's true. Because it's a big-ass area to
They
cover.
just need to send up a fucking giant magnet.
Yeah. Send up a giant vacuum is what we need. Just a fucking huge-ass Roomba. Just a space Roomba. Fucking send it out and just flies on its
Space
own.
Roomba.
Roombas in space.
Yeah, doesn't that sound awesome? Like you're just, you're on your little...
I could just see a meme now where you accidentally leave the front door open and the Roomba kind of goes off in the distance.
He's like sucking up stars.
And then you see it like getting into a Tesla. Then you see the Tesla getting into a rocket.
Yeah, and then Roomba's in space. Cleaning up your bullshit.
Oh, man.
Cleaning up all
Still
that
want
Russian...
that machete in space.
all that
I
Russian
don't know. It's not
filth.
going to happen.
I
lost
don't
all hope for it.
I don't think it's going to happen either.
All right, guys, we need to raise money so we can get machete in space.
So we will produce machetes in space.
Yeah.
I need it.
He does have a daily minimum.
I need that machete in space.
We could cover it.
Yeah, everyone's donate to Patreon so we can help fund machetes in space. Machete.
Man, if you guys haven't seen Machete, you have to watch it. You have to watch both of them so you understand our need for Machete in space.
They're pretty hilarious. Yeah, though I don't know. That's kind of cool. Cameron, though, would you go to Mars if you were offered?
I mean, I've already signed up to.
Oh, have you really?
Happens, yeah.
Through who? Through SpaceX?
I will have to go look at it again. Who I signed my life away to.
I think it'd be cool. I mean, we could do like broadcast the news. We could be newscasters on this.
I already know that I'm going to have
yeah.
to do some fucking
Some
network
kind of coding,
IT
yeah.
stuff. That's where I'd fit in.
We could just relay like the Mars Minute. That'll be the radio channel.
Mars Minute.
Welcome to the Mars Minute with your host Caleb Schweiss. Today we
I can help set up a Mars internet infrastructure and be the Mars net.
Yeah, man. I think that'd be cool. We would never come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
The
sign
idea.
a one-way ticket when you do it,
Yeah.
knowing that you will die on another planet.
That sounds awesome. And then we terraform that fucker, and then we move there.
I mean, that's part of the goal. There's so many different ideas and ways to get around it. So, Mars can't really hold on to an atmosphere since it doesn't have a very strong electromagnetic field around it.
Yeah.
Field, and so they thought about getting a decently sized satellite with a very big electromagnet on it, and then have that orbit Mars at a good distance, and that'll actually create a wide enough barrier in the solar winds from the sun to kind of have a fake barrier. Then somehow getting some of the carbon dioxide that's ice capped on the pole of Mars to then release that in the atmosphere. Someone has said we should just nuke it and get all that released CO2 into it out in the atmosphere, and then the greenhouse gases will then start to take effect, start to increase the surface temperature of Mars to help release some of that trapped water below the surface of Mars and stuff like that. So the only thing that you can't really know is there any sort of bacteria and stuff
that'll fucking kill us
that we don't even know about that that will help bring back to life when we do that. So
yeah, that's true. I think that's such a cool idea, though. It's like crazy. It's awesome.
To actually terraform a planet.
Yeah. I don't think it's that crazy, though. I think it's definitely possible.
With our current technology, we could actually make a solid attempt at it. I don't know if it'd be successful, but
Yeah,
we got it. The only way to know is to do, right?
Yeah, I think eventually, we will
Terraform
be able to do that.
the moon.
There's nothing to tear.
It's kind of a waste. Yeah. It's just trash. It's just dirt.
It's not large enough to hold an actual atmosphere, so.
Yeah.
Man, I should sign up too.
Yeah.
Radio host.
Be Mars buddies.
Mars Minute. That'd be a thrill ride. I bet Alex would come with me just for the ride up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's obsessed with like terrifying rides.
Yeah, good. Nothing more scary than leaving planet Earth behind.
I would imagine not. Yeah, that's not a lot of people have done that. You know, I mean, we do it in planes, sort of, but it's much higher, much riskier.
Yeah, only a small group of select people have ever left the Earth.
That's true. Yeah, it's a very
Only 12 people have walked on the moon.
Very select few. Yeah, it's like we just gave up on the moon. It's like kind of weird. Like we're just like, yeah, it's old news now. We're just fucking.
Yeah, there's a petition to make a moon base again.
Yeah,
as their forward base to getting to Mars.
Oh, that
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because leaving the atmosphere is what takes most of the fuel.
I feel like we need to build a space elevator.
Stairway to Heaven.
The elevator to heaven.
Nice.
Because if we can build a fucking space elevator, but the only thing is just what do you make the elevator shaft out of? Because the whole idea is to have one point anchored on Earth, and then the other point is the centrifugal force of the Earth, and the tension is what holding it. That's what's holding it fucking up in orbit and keeping everything taut. So yes, just Earth swinging around a long fucking elevator. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just need a material that's strong enough to withstand those forces. That's the whole thing. That's why we haven't built one of those yet.
Yeah, that's a good idea though. Having a moon base to go to Mars, because almost all of the fuel is burned just getting out of the atmosphere.
That's what most resources are for. And then if you have a moon elevator, you don't have to pay for launches anymore.
Yeah, that's true, and that's the biggest cost. Because if you watch the rockets go up, like almost everything flies off, and then the tiny bit goes out into space.
And that's why Elon Musk is doing what he's doing. He's making his rockets reusable for multiple launches.
Yeah, because that's what costs is the fuel and
so each consecutive launch one of his rockets you can actually buy a rocket launch on it for cheaper, just because it's already had a few launches before.
Yeah,
and that can then it makes it cheaper for other people to get stuff into space. But then who knows? I mean, this is the first time it's ever happened. Who knows how many launches one rocket can go through?
Yeah. Got to get that moon base, man.
How long did they say it would take to get to Mars?
Like the travel time?
Yeah. It was like 4 years or something like that.
I don't know if it would take that long.
No, it's like 4 months. 4 months.
That's still kind of crazy, though. 4 months to get your ass over there. It's like the closest thing to us. Well, sustainably. Yeah, I'm interested to see where we go with that. It just sucks because I'm like, man, what if we die before we even see any of this? Like, how shitty would that be? We die before, like, we become invincible or get to Mars.
Become invincible?
Yeah.
Everybody becomes immortal after one of us dies.
I think we should become immortal. It's totally... Why not? I mean,
Let's get rid of oxidation.
Yeah.
So we don't age.
During the typical time during Mars's closest approach to Earth every 1.6 years is about 260 days. Again, details on the rocket velocity and closest to the planets, but 260 days is most given. Some high-speed transfer orbits could make the trip in as little as 130 days.
Okay. So a third of a year. Two-thirds of a year. That's not too bad.
No, not at all.
Get some reading, get some Audible time in,
Yeah.
Suck
on my Audible time now.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Can't stop this. I bought 600 credits before I left.
One of the other major issues is just
so
protecting... Because once you leave kind of the Earth for that long, it's just the amount of radiation that you're going to be on you all the time, the whole trip there. And then once you're on Mars, just a much more radiation constantly bombarding you compared to what you have here on Earth.
Yeah, no protection.
Yeah.
From any of that. The ultraviolet rays. Yeah. Super off topic, but still nerdy and cool. Area 51.
600 credits would cost you $7,200.
Earth debt means nothing on Mars. Can't get me now, you fucks. Send your creditors up here. I don't think they'll come.
Just make sure you get your Audible through the Noon Clan trial link.
That's right, yeah.
And then we can reap the rewards of your...
of our Mars trips. Whoever doesn't go up gets like rich off of me, or whoever does go up. Yeah, it's a good plan. If you're ever going to Mars, just blow all your money on Audible and money you don't have. Then you can listen on the way up. All right, well, I don't really have anything else.
I'm good.
Some games are hard. Sometimes they're hard for fair reasons. Sometimes they're hard for unfair reasons. It's just how it goes. Hopefully we'll have one of the not hard games, Mortal Kombat 11, done by next week, and we'll see you guys then.
Enjoy the nude.
It's really time to get good.
Live always in the nude, and prepare for Hog League. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hog League Extra Russian Collusion Redux Edition. Guys, I botched it. I said a week ago that it was going to be Batunica's Heroes, or 2 weeks ago, versus The Doesn't Counts, and then Craig and the Bitches versus Thy Death Squad. And then I versed them against the wrong team. So here's what we're going to do. I consulted the guys. They don't agree with this, but I'm doing it anyway because fuck it, I'm running this goddamn thing. I am going to have a rematch. So it's going to be Batunica's Heroes versus The Doesn't Counts and Thy Death Squad against Craig and the Bitches. But here's the thing. You're going to get all the points you had from that first week where you should have faced off. You're going to get all the points from this last week. All right, I guess that was last week. And then this next week. So it's going to be 3 total weeks of combined points for y'all to get your victories in. So, guys, please, log your hog. Get your points in. It's going to be Matunica's Heroes against That Doesn't Counts and Thy Death Squad against Craig and the Bitches. So, please, guys, forgive me for I have sinned. But we'll make it work, and everyone's points are going to count. Get your hog in. Join the league, join the fun, hogib.herokuapp.com. Let's finish this season out strong and without any collusion from those damn Russians. I'll see you guys again next week.